beaten us before. But today, we will take our revenge. Their playstyle has changed, but we've got them on edge. Use that momentum, but do not overcommit. Stay focused. If you do that, our rivals won't stand a single chance. And do you know why? Because we will dominate. Take them down, show no mercy, and we will be victorious.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third night of Rival Week. We are bringing you some amazing show matches. Tonight is no different. I am Samuel with my buddy Tom Kelly. We are ready to bring you a fantastic matchup tonight. It is going to be Flyquest versus Rogue, two of the best teams in North America.
Yes, and I am very excited to see both these teams play. The biggest storyline between these two teams, something that we're going to be reiterating this entire night, is last time these two teams faced off in the RLCS, Flyquest was up 2 games and Rogue reversed swept them in the best of 5. And since we're going to be playing 2, maybe even 3 long best of 7 series, that sort of storyline is really going to be reiterating itself time and time again as these teams go back and forth.
Oh, definitely. And that's what I like about the Rival Series, actually, Tom. I don't know that any other organization has done really anything like we're doing right now with these long best of 7s, and not just the best of 7, but potential to have 3 best of 7s, which we've seen in the past. Both happened several times in the first Rival Week. I don't know if you missed that, and then you were missing out there, but already it's happened once in this Rival Week as well, where we have seen 3 series go that distance like that. And I don't think we've ever really seen teams be tested in the way that they are with this sort of format. The mental fortitude really that's required. I mean, we saw it even, like you said, just in a best of 5, and that was the reverse sweep coming there. What happens when you have to play potentially 2 more games just in that series? And that's just the first series. So no, you're exactly right. Watching these teams as you go through, this is very much a marathon and not a sprint. So that is certainly exciting. And these two teams, like you said, the rivalry, we got to make sure we got a little bit of rivalry going. It is brewing between these two, because that reverse sweep that Rogue put on Flyquest, really, I would imagine that took a lot out of their sails. That was the very first match of Flyquest's RLCS League play, and that had to be a little bit tough for them to come out the gate and lose that one, because it was looking pretty good after game 2. They were up 2-0, looking very strong, especially in that game 2. Flyquest played out of their mind. Some of the plays that they were able to make in that game 2 were just absolutely amazing, but you got to hand it to Rogue to be able to make the adjustments. So I'm sure we will see many more adjustments like that tonight as well.
Yeah, I just recently watched that series, and after that game 2, that Flyquest were up, right? They were playing so well, but just the comeback ability of Rogue to be able to completely, reverse their play style and just play in a way that will completely crush your opponent, like after adapting to their play style. That's what happens in a best of 5, like reverse sweep, right? But when you play these incredibly long series, like first off, a best of 7, not a lot of people even, have best of 7s to participate in because they're so long, because players get tired out, they get exhausted. And like you were saying, it's a marathon, right? These players, these teams will be tested to new heights, something they will never have experienced before in a competitive setting until now, right? Especially if they go 1-1 in those best of 7s, we can see a possible 21 games in this whole night between these two teams, and that is incredibly exhausting, really tiring on these players. And by the end of it, you will have seen each of these teams change their play styles, adapt to certain players' actions, right? Like time and time again. And as that sort of back and forth goes along, we'll be following that really closely. We'll be seeing a lot of patterns in their play as we analyze them for up to that 21 game mark. So, I mean, as the series moves further along, it's going to be just more and more exciting.
Yeah, and I actually would like to see that. I don't think we've had that just yet. I know people think, well, this may be a little long. I don't think we've had any of our series in either the first rival week or this one go that full 21 games. We got pretty close. I think something like 20 games in one of the series, almost going the final distance in the first rival week. But yeah, how exciting would that be if we were able to just get the high level of play for that many games in a row? And you see things that you just don't usually see in a normal series. Most series being at most best of 5. It's going to really afford a lot to us. And don't forget, this rival week, even though this is the second one, we've done this before, this one is a little bit different. Before, we had a slew of sponsors for us. This week is brought to you by none other than Psyonix. They have footed the entire prize pool, which is $5,000 for the entire week. So that means $1,000 right now is going to be on the line, and that is all coming from Psyonix. We're actually going to be the first community organization to have that sponsorship. If you guys didn't see, they will be sponsoring many different community organizations as we move forward in an attempt to build the scene. And hey, we are ready and willing to be a part of that, Tom. So super excited that this $1,000 that goes on the line today is coming all from the gods that are Psyonix.
Yeah, and it's so awesome that they're doing this, right? Investing in the community, because that's how you grow in esports. That's how you grow the community as a whole. Get everyone involved, help sponsor these events, right? This being head on by PRL. We have so many other community orgs putting on all these other events as well. But Rival Week is especially one of the ones that you don't want to miss, as we see really the rivalries between these top teams, especially when they get reverse swept in RLCS, right? They want to take this time to get that vengeance on their opponents and really come back, and this is their opportunity to show it. But I'm looking forward to, right, hopefully this isn't, right, an 8-game night, because
that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Like, just for people watching, remember, the max is 21 games that we can possibly see tonight. All 3 best of 7s going to 7 games. That's probably not going to happen. But if one team gets absolutely crushed and they win the best of 7s by going 4-0, 4-0 each time, they can end out the night playing 8 games, which is already more than a lot of these teams will be. That's like the amount of games they'll be playing in, like, almost an entire tournament, right? They 2-0 every tournament.
Some of these good teams, yeah, definitely. That's not the number of games I play in a normal tournament, but you know, some of these guys that sweep through, yeah, you're exactly right. But yeah, I really like too what Psyonix is doing with the RLCS and RLRS. It's a little bit tougher now to get into RLCS. I think that's really an understatement, but it's bringing such solidarity to the scene itself, to have these teams be required really to stick together. I think Matt and Sizz are really a great example of that. They're really like the poster child for 2 players just sticking together. They have played so many of these competitive matches on the same team and together. And if more teams can look to move towards that, I think you're going to see chemistry that we haven't seen before in Rocket League. A lot of teams tended to just disband after their RLCS matchup, however way it went. So it's exciting to see these teams have to stay in it if they want to make their way to the mecca of Rocket League. And we're going to see probably many more of these rivalries build up, and I'm loving that.
Yeah, you can't have rivalries until you have those stable teams, right? And like you said, Matt and Sizz are a great example of that. They've, unlike a lot of other teams that have stayed together for a long time, they have found actually great success in their duo. Right, when Turtle was on the team, they made it to LAN, right? And this season they're really looking to take it forward. They still have an opportunity to get to LAN. They haven't secured their spot because I believe they're in 5th place in the league. Right now, and Flyquest are in 6th place in the league. And so they have to face off against some opponents to be able to get back into that LAN spot. But as they've been playing, right? This tonight will be a good showing for them, because after playing, their last game at RLCS, they're going to have to, wait a little bit to be able to play in that promotion relegation tournament, to get to LAN. And so now, right, they have an opportunity to really show the community, show the other teams that they are not a team to be taken for granted. And Matt and Sizz, they've been growing their synergy for so long. I'm really looking forward to, paying attention to the passing plays that are going to be coming out from them, right? Matt is known as sort of a sharpshooter, right? The striker on that team. And Sizz is a really strong, supportive player, can make some pretty creative, pretty crazy passes. And so that sort of duo, that sort of combo, now with the addition of Insolences to their squad, it's a very dangerous team to be playing against. And especially since they've already taken the win against Flyquest in the RLCS, no matter how close the series was, they did have the slight edge, right? Flyquest has to watch out.
Yeah, and I have to say, even with that close series, Rogue played extremely well in that previous series.
Mm-hmm.
Even game one that they lost, it was kind of a backbreaker there near the end where Flyquest got 2 quick goals to take it. So Rogue in that first matchup really played extremely well. I would say definitely deserved to win. But on the Flyquest side, you have to speak about some of the things that they've done. They hadn't been playing together for too long, but in the short time, they're actually the only team that took down G2 so far in this league play. G2's only loss in the league play coming to Flyquest. So they've shown that they have the penchant to beat the top teams, even if it is just that one little situation, because that's something I think Rogue, they've had some trouble with in the past. Kind of that bubble RLCS team where they make it into the RLCS, often into the finals with Matt and Sizz, but they seem to have trouble just getting over the hump and beating those top tier NA teams, the best of the best. So I think that speaks volumes for Flyquest that they were able to take down really a G2 team that has sort of found some resurgence a little bit as G2 went 6-1 in league play as well. So that's going to be certainly exciting. And I agree with you 100%. This matchup right here, whoever wins should find, I would think, some confidence coming into that regional matchups that they have. They won't be facing each other. Each are going to have 2 teams that they'll face to potentially, or 2 different teams that they'll face to potentially get into the finals. But either way, you'd have to think they're going to have a little bit of steam, especially if Flyquest can take it, because they did finish just behind Rogue in the standings.
Yeah, that's going to feel really great for them. And like you said, it's going to be kind of like a booster, right? Kind of a shot of adrenaline after going through this. And I have to say it again, this incredibly long, sort of endearing series that's really going to push these players to the limits. And this is where we really see the team shine. Because after you play your 15th game against a team in a row, you've kind of felt out all their patterns, right? You kind of, you know their play style. They start to fall into the same patterns. And we're going to be pointing a lot of those out as they arise. And they definitely will over such a long series. But as a lot of these teams sort of start to break down, you see them falling into these patterns, and it's very easy to play against teams who are doing that. And so what we need to focus on in this series is how creative these teams can get, how they can come up with new ways to play against a team that they're very familiar with for starters, but a team that they've already played so many games against in a row. Yeah,
and that will definitely be interesting because we saw Rogue, they made the adjustments without a doubt in that first series that they played. Game 2, Flyquest was on fire. They looked so good, but Rogue, they stopped that immediately, moving right into Game 3. You saw almost no offensive plays coming from Flyquest like you saw in Game 2, because Game 2, they were killing it, to be honest. They had open passes to the center where they were just seeing eye passes right to the teammate, which really throws the defense off. But I'd like to see, hopefully, a little bit better of a defensive effort from Flyquest, because I think moving into that Game 3 and on, the defense really let them down. Rogue was overwhelming them, and a couple of key misses in those games really changed the entire just onset of those games as they move forward. So hoping the defense is a little bit stronger on Flyquest's side. And I think we are bound to see, Tom, just a fantastic series of games. I'm hoping it goes all 3. I was lucky enough in my first rival week between Cloud9 and Hollywood Hammers. They took it all the way to that 3rd series. So I'm hoping that this series is no different. We are almost underway. I am told, I'm not afraid to out him out. We are waiting on Sizz. So if you know Sizz, he's the type of character I can call him out, all right? He is bigger than life almost. So he's going to be able to handle this. Sizz, right now, we need to get this show on the road. Your fans are waiting on you.
Yeah, everyone tweet at him. Everyone tweet him. Get him on the show.
I think it'll work. You guys go do that right now.
Yeah, hopefully we get this going soon. But for all of you guys who are wondering what we're talking about when we're talking about the previous game they played a best of 5 in the RLCS not too long ago. You can see that on the RLCS YouTube page. You can actually watch that VOD. I highly suggest, after watching tonight, this best of 3, best of 7 series tonight, go back and watch that VOD to kind of see how they started this rivalry and that reverse sweep by Rogue. Incredible series. I highly suggest you watch it. Very entertaining, but tonight is like an upgrade to that, right? League play has a lot on the line, but right here we have cash and we have their pride, because this is sort of the last step before they try to qualify for LAN. And it's so important right now, more than ever, for them to be on the top of their game, playing as confidently as they can, because losing in such a long series like this can be really demotivating, and you don't want to go down in a situation like this.
And they may find something in themselves, either one of these teams, that they didn't know existed. I mean, what could be said if instead of after that game 5 in the RLCS, if we had a whole other series, what would Flyquest have done? We don't know, because that was their only chance. But right now, no matter what happens in this first series, whatever team loses, they will have another chance to just reset and take it to the other team. That's exactly what Hollywood Hammers did against Cloud9. They pushed the fantastic Cloud9 team into a third series as well. So honestly, this is anyone's game, and it's certainly the most exciting thing for me in Rival Week. I don't think I'm understating when I say this may become one of the more premier events in Rocket League, Tom, because like I said, we're showcasing something that no one else is doing, and we have got the top teams. Just to give a little bit of a preview before we hop into this match, make sure to stick with us tomorrow and later in the week as well, as we're going to have 4 more amazing teams, 2 from EU, 2 from NA, that get it going. So guys, we're going to hop into this game. We are told that Sizz is ready to go, and these guys are about to line up on the field. So Tom, before we hop into it, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who you got?
Oh gosh, that's quite difficult to say, but you know what? In the previous series that they played in RLCS, Rogue ended up getting the reverse sweep, but Flyquest came out so strong in the beginning, they simply just faltered halfway through that series. I think in a long series like this, Flyquest, when they came out strong like that and really took Rogue by storm, I think they're going to have the edge here in the long series. I think they're going to have the capability to battle against the fatigue, and I think Flyquest is going to take the best of 3, best of 7.
All right, well, we'll see. The game's about to get started, so I don't have to make a prediction. I'm not going to put myself on the spot. We will see if Tom is right. Will Flyquest win it, or will it be Rogue? We are underway, guys. Game 1 of this potential 21-game matchup. We will see how it goes. Early possession on the side of Rogue, as Matt keeps that ball in. Insolence has a nice shot on, but Corrupted G is there to block it, but still possession in Rogue's favor, as Instances puts it hard into the corner. See now as they play patient, all 3 members of Rogue rotate back and set up shop. The defense of Flyquest here tested early. We'll see if it pays off for Rogue. As we said, that defense of Flyquest definitely let them down in some of those previous games. They continue to look for a clear. Finally, Corrupted G able to get that back, but you see the patience there from Rogue. They've come out. They understand it's a marathon, playing extremely patient, but after controlling 44 of those 45 seconds, all it takes is a quick shot from Corrupted G, and that is the first goal.
Yeah, a nice touch by Corrupted G in the corner. Get it past Sizz, who cheated up way too far. He overextended into the corner, assuming his teammate was going to be able to get that clear. And yes, you can have confidence in your teammates, but you need to be able to rotate in the proper position. Didn't happen for Sizz, and that's an early goal for Flyquest.
Yeah, and that was a good transition from him. I think anyone watching would have maybe expected Rogue was going to get the first one on, but no, it does go to Flyquest, so that will help them boost their confidence here. And something for Rogue to watch out for as well, because that was a very quick transition. Did not take much for that goal to go in. See now if Flyquest can build or if Rogue can bounce back. This may be it as Sizz goes up Chrome with a nice block, just stuffs Sizz and that shot attempt there, keeping this game scoreless. Now this is Flyquest's chance to perhaps get down the field. We've not seen any real offensive opportunities other than that first goal. They've had trouble setting up, and this is no different as now Matt regains control for Rogue.
Yeah, a lot of nice offensive opportunities for Rogue, especially Sizz with that 50-50 on his opponent's goal line. But here, some critical mistakes on the defense for Rogue. Open up Flyquest for a shot. They don't take it now, and Rogue quickly returns them.
Yeah, Chrome had a glorious opportunity to perhaps put his team ahead too, but he doesn't get that shot on. Those types of open nets are something you just have got to cash in on, because those chances are few and far between at this high level. It remains 1-0 here for blue side here, as they have got the early goal against Rogue, despite the pressure that Rogue has put on. Now, we have seen actually 2 shots coming from Flyquest, just 1 from Rogue. That's really a sign of, despite the pressure, Rogue has not had a whole lot directed towards the net. And obviously, it'll be real difficult to score if all you're doing is kind of bouncing the ball around the offensive zone.
Yeah, and there's one thing about having possession in your opponent's end, and another about actually having pressure, right? Having pressure on your opponents is when you're putting them in a bad position defensively to open yourself up for some offensive opportunities or maybe even passes across your opponent's net, right? They don't really have that. Even if they have the ball in their opponent's end, they need to be able to open themselves up for shots.
Yeah, but as we said, this is a marathon. This is just game 1. So, both of these teams are really going to use this game 1 as a feeling out process. I would be hard-pressed to believe that this game 1 will decide the series, but certainly a good chip into this first best of 7. Right now, we've played over half the game, and despite this pressure from Rogue, they still have not gotten the first goal on the board for them. Chrome, Corrupted G, and Sad Jr. just clinging on to this lead. Sad Jr. gets a nice redirect on Net, but there is Insolences to put it out, and he goes all the way downfield and keep this one alive with Matt there as well. All 3 defenders back for Flyquest, but still, Rogue is not able to cash in despite this pressure. What do they need to do, Tom, to just get that finishing shot? Because right now, it doesn't matter how much pressure you have if you do not put it into the back of the net.
They really start to need to make some passes here. I mean, Sizz has actually been whiffing a little bit, going up a little bit too early, and there's the pass we're looking for. Sizz to Insolences on the offense. That's exactly what they need. You can see Sizz scoping out his teammate there. He's always looking for his teammate, very observant when they have ball possession. And although they were playing the slow game, just keeping possession in their opponent's side of the field, it took a while to be able to even have that opportunity, but once they did, they were able to slide that one in.
Yeah, real heads-up play by Sizz. Didn't just force that one on net, and you almost called it there as you were saying his name. Sizz makes a play, especially this season for Rogue. Sizz has sort of seemed like their catalyst. When things are going well for Sizz, they appear to be going well for Rogue as well. We'll see if that plays through and keeps up here in this matchup. We now have a tie game. We are under the final minute here in regulation. Just game 1 of series 1 right now. These 2 teams are just warming up. Really a little bit of slower play than you would necessarily expect from the higher level players. As we said, they're certainly filling each other out. There's Matt with a nice pass. Sees Sizz the whole way. Sizz not able to put it on, but this leads to another shot from him. Oh, Sad Jr. there just in time. The desperation save by him keeps this game tied as we are into the final 10 seconds. Can Flyquest put something on and just end it right here as the ball is floating in the air? It's going to go down and bounce one last time. It will drop, and we get overtime, as close as you can get in the first game, exactly where we all want to be. I think we expected these 2 teams would be absolutely as close as you can be.
Yeah, and both these teams very close in the league play ratings, right, in their win-loss ratio, very close in the game they played against each other. These teams' individual skill, these players are at a very close skill level, and so this is probably one of the closest matchups you could have if you matched up any of the RLCS teams. And so at this level of play, going into overtime, probably puts a lot of stress. Oh, Insolence is with a dribble, pass 2. Then the pass back set up, but Sad Jr. is going to be able to clear that over to the side. 30 seconds plus into overtime in our first game of this series.
Yeah, Insolence almost gets his second goal, which would be the deciding goal there. Just can't get that final play, but what an individual effort to make that happen there. Rogue just continued to look good in this first game. This is very similar to game 1 of that RLCS matchup where Rogue looked extremely good, but in the end, it was Flyquest. We're able to take it. Oh my God, Insolence right now. I said that Sizz is their MVP, but Insolence is proving me wrong.
That was a very risky play, hitting it off of your own crossbar in overtime. It sounds like something I would do.
Hey, if it works, it works. And you're exactly right. That was a matter of inches right there. That could have been the own goal to end it, but instead, we play on here. Much of the same as Corrupted G, Chrome, and Sad Jr. are having trouble on defense. Another desperation attempt as Corrupted and Chrome both get that they must be low on boost. They need a clear desperately here. We'll see if Sad Jr. can follow up as he is. Insolence is back in the backfield, but no, not enough boost to follow, and they just return the ball right back to Rogue. And really, this is much of the same. There has been very little offensive pressure from Flyquest this entire series.
You know, they haven't had a lot of pressure. They haven't had a lot of possession in their opponent's end. However, they play very slow on the defense. I think we can make that clear. We make that inference because whenever the ball's on their end, they all kind of cuddle in net, right, waiting to make those saves and make those clears. But once the ball is in their opponent's end, they quickly rotate forward. They quickly make a passing play out center. Chrome has actually been doing this a lot, and Sad Jr. so quickly to follow up and make a play on their opponent's net. So I know they don't have a lot of pressure, but when they do have an opportunity, they take it very quickly.
Yeah, and sometimes, that's really all it takes. You'd love to play down in the opponent's zone for the majority of the game, but if it works when you're transitioning up, if you can get goals that way, it doesn't matter how you put them on the board as long as you do so. But finally here, looks like maybe they're waking up on offense, as this has been one of the more extended moments for Flyquest. Corrupted G going up with Chrome there as well. Sad Jr. just waiting patiently. He will finally get involved and swoop in. Can't keep that there, but Chrome is able to just keep it into the zone right now. The defense being tested here for Rogue. Almost a backboard play there from Corrupted. Don't see as many of those backboard plays at the higher level, but he had a chance there. Sizz now, there it is. Sizz, what a play there. Beats the defender, and that was all him to give that goal right out to Insolences. They cash in, and this first game does go to Rogue.
That was a nice tip by Sizz, be able to carry that ball and then have the delayed pass off of the side post so that the defender was in a poor position to be able to save that. You can't predict that sort of pass. He could have done anything with that ball, whether it's shoot it straight on net, right? So that's where the defender has to be, or he quickly gets the delayed pass off of the post to put them in a bad position. You can see they actually tip it a little bit closer to the net as the goalie was falling down. Insol sweeps in and takes that goal. Good play by them to be able to finish that out. And that was a result of a 3-minute overtime in the first game of this series. I am hyped to see what kind of play we see come out next.
Definitely. Chat giving us a little bit of trouble time. I don't know if you saw, they said this series wasn't as close as maybe we were making it out to be. That's an insult to Rogue, but I'd have to disagree. There is skill on the side of Flyquest showing there. They bounced back just 4 seconds into this game. A nice face-off from Sad Jr. and Chrome taking full advantage of Insolences. He was just too slow to get to that ball.
And I was saying this last game, right? Chrome so quick on the ball. Whenever they have a chance in the offense, I know there was basically a kickoff goal, but Chrome, remember, he had the first goal in our previous game as well. So that might be a pattern that might be going down poorly for Rogue. Matt not getting the double touch, but keeping on the pressure.
Yeah, and I've seen Chrome in previous tournaments, different PRL tournaments. He has put his team on the back. Chrome maybe doesn't have some of the success that some of these other players have, but he is a big level player. Do not be confused. Chrome definitely ready to bring it as well, and looking to make that next step like really a lot of these guys are. See if these two teams can maybe take down some of these NA powerhouses. But right now, they have got to get past each other The first goal coming for Flyquest, and it was a good one as Chrome made a play there. See now, can Flyquest build on this? This is not a familiar situation for them. That's the first time that they have taken the lead in this series. See if they play any differently, but right now they're sort of going back to that defense that we saw in that first game.
Yeah, and they play very slow on the defense. Sizz capitalizing on a whiff of the defense. They're coming in quickly to go score that on the ground. Insolences actually had a little fake up there in the air, opening up Sizz for that goal against Sad Jr. in the defense.
Yeah, and Sad Jr. on defense is something I noticed in the previous series. Sometimes he's getting a little bit exposed back there, so that's kind of like the question mark for me on the side of Flyquest. Will Sad Jr. rise to the occasion? Been having a little bit of trouble, had early success in a lot of those RLCS, but Sad Jr. having some trouble. He, back on defense there, managed to get back and cut that one away, as that was a good chance for the orange side, but they continue to press it up. Can Chrome get this one out? He pushes it back, but you notice Rogue, they really rotate back. They're not expecting that Flyquest is going to do much off of the rush. You can see that they expect they're going to put the ball right back to him, and until Flyquest proves that they can get these strong clears to force Rogue to play defense a little bit better, there's no reason for them not to just continue to just wait back and let them play that ball into their hands.
You can see right there, Flyquest, as they push the ball up, right, they were all starting to follow, and they all overextended into that. All of their players being on that midfield line. Now, Sizz quickly returning the pressure, and this opens them up to actually take shots on their opponent's net. That is 4 shots on net for Rogue. That's 3 for Sizz himself. He's doing so much on the offense to keep that ball in their opponent's side.
Yeah, and really Rogue is extremely successful. When Sizz gets on the board, they have been so successful. Look back their previous games here in the RLCS. They're 0-6 when Sizz does not score a goal in their last 6 losses, and 7-0 when he does score a goal. So right now, Sizz really is a big difference maker for this team, and it's looking pretty good right now. He does have that first goal on the board for them, but this is a tight game here. We have still a tie game. Now finally, Flyquest getting some plays on. Can Corrupted G get this on? He does not get it over, not on net, but there's Sad Jr. again, gets it right over to Corrupted. Good job by those two to just stay in the box. They did not give up on that play.
The constant passing across the net for Flyquest kind of catches Rogue off guard, right? They try to make that clear, try to make the 50-50 challenges in their own goalie box. They end up losing out as Chrome and Corrupted G are able to make that play in the on their offensive side.
Yeah, again, they restore the lead. But they nearly gave it up. Sad Jr. back on defense. That is exactly what you want to see. He is leading his team right now with the 2 saves from Sad Jr. I would love to see him break out and potentially get it going here. This may be the series for him to do so. Corrupted G, nice hard clear up the back wall. Can Sizz get there? He does. Weak touch, but he puts it into the corner, at least buying his team some time for now. But right now, we are seeing Flyquest really wake up. Oh, Sad Jr. might have had a chance to keep that ball alive, but you see a little bit of hesitation from him, but they do have this 1-goal lead. You may see that they try to sit on it, but with the pressure that Rogue has shown, I would definitely think that Flyquest want to be back down into the orange zone, not having to play as much defense as they have.
Yeah, they really don't want to be in that position, especially, like you said, since they've had so much of that offensive opportunity. Oh, Corrupted G with a beautiful pass down, but Sad Jr. can't finish. It ends up with a pinch forward, and this could be an opportunity for Matt with a shot on the net. Corrupted G with a nice save. It's going to open them up for another clear.
Yeah, defense scrambling. Nice job by Sad, though. He saw Chrome the entire way, but unfortunately Chrome just can't finish that one. That would have been a little bit of breathing room if they could have cashed in there. We are down to 35 seconds in this game. This has been a great bounce back here from Flyquest as they are up 2-1. If they can just hold on in this game, they will tie this best-of-7 series. Do not forget, this is just the first best-of-7 between these two teams. We will see at minimum 2 best-of-7s, hopefully 3 best-of-7s as these two teams duke it out. Here is Sad Jr. looking to make a play off the back wall. He gets it down a little too hard, but he keeps the ball moving. That was a nice play off the back wall by Sad. Doesn't get it on net, but the pressure there. Flyquest looking so much better in game 2. They will take this one, another close contest between these two teams. Both of these first games decided by 1 goal. And what more would you expect from two teams that are just so close?
Yeah, you really can't expect anything else. In the previous game, the first game of the entire night, 3 minutes into overtime with that 1-1 scoreline. Same thing here, right? It was 1-1 for a very long time. Very low scoring games. And I think as the night progresses, as we get into those, maybe the second, even third best of 7, we're going to find some very high scoring games as these players start to break down and kind of give up on certain games and kind of give away and throw games as they get more tired or as they make mistakes and have to deal with them, right? But currently, as the series stands, both these teams are looking to start off very strong. And so far, with that 1-1 scoreline of games, they're both looking so.
Yeah, and it's pretty mentionable, actually, what we were saying about Sizz. That goes against the grain right there. He scored the only goal for Rogue, but they still took the loss. So they battled back, and pressure coming from Flyquest was good there. So now we have a tie series. We are now into game 3. Sad Jr. with Corrupted G up as well. Chrome goes there as well. It's going to force Flyquest just have to rotate back, not get the pressure that they were maybe hoping off the rush there. Instead, they allow Rogue to follow back up. There is Sizz with Matt and Instances, but neither go for it. Glorious chance there. Really highlights how important it is to make sure if it's your ball to go for, you better do it, because now you can see Flyquest has the control. One missed assignment anywhere on the field will usually lead to a loss in possession.
And, here on the offense, Sizz has been making some pretty crazy passes. In fact, so crazy that I feel like his teammates aren't actually willing to extend for those opportunities, because he's doing some pretty creative stuff, a lot of pinches off the side corners, passing the center just like that one, opening up his team for these opportunities. The more he does this, the more his team is going to have chances to score and put Flyquest really in a bad spot.
Yeah, Flyquest, though, looking still pretty good. They've been able to hold off a lot of these offensive attacks coming from Rogue. Now they are back downfield, but again, just no sustained effort despite being tied in the series. Had such trouble getting sustained effort. It is, again, Matt. He's going to put that one on quick with a save required by Sad Jr. Love the angle there from Matt, just putting that on net and requiring the defense to make a save. They continue to hold on to this ball with both Matt, Instances, and Sizz back into the midfield. It's a lot what we saw in game 1, where anytime they didn't feel like the offensive play was in their favor, they're going to rotate back and they're going to make sure that they hold on to the ball. This game, no difference. You see it or not, see it again here. The clears proving to be beneficial for Rogue. They have the utmost confidence that when the ball is back down in their side, they're going to be able to make those clears. And there's Sizz. Oh, man, looking for that wonky play in the air. Doesn't actually end up touching it, but Sad Jr. able to get it. Got to say, Sad Jr. playing defense like we would expect. Again, leading his team here with the one save, the only save that we've seen from Flyquest.
That's a very low-scoring game, and not just on the main scoreboard where we see the goals, but also in the normal points, right? We only have 3 shots on net for Flyquest, 2 shots on net for Rogue. All of these have been saved out, right? The 0-0 scoreline. The Chrome with the demo looking to open them up for a play. We're going to probably see a lot of demos in this series as the teams get more and more aggressive, which I'm really looking forward to, because they can open up your team for some really creative plays. Sizz with the open net, the pass centered by Matt. What a play and what a shot.
Yeah, no demo required, and actually the miss hit by Sad Jr. unfortunately going to kick that right out to Sizz. That is unfortunate, because that was a absolute laser right to the tape of Sizz. He makes no mistake there. And the first goal, a little bit of a defensive miscue. Certainly not what you want in a scoreless game, but still plenty of time for Flyquest to get themselves back into this. So now if Chrome can work with Corrupted G, they're both over in the sidewall. Sad Jr. going to come up as well. All 3 players pushing up. They are getting aggressive, which you like to see, as long as they don't give up the defense too much. They're going to have to reset now with Chrome up above his net, but he's going to put it right back out. Good patience by Sizz, who grabs control of that, though he does not put it on net. And there's a demo that you see actually Matt and Sizz taking out 2/3 of the team, but look at that. Sad Jr. keeps the play alive. Good job despite his teammates being dead.
Yeah, he gives his teammates time to be able to collect themselves, collect some boost as well, and then rotate forward to continue the play. And that's exactly what they did. Kept them in the game because with one demo, especially 2 demos on your team, it's so easy for your opponents to be able to capitalize on that sort of mixed rotation.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting to see Chrome being on the other side of that because he is so aggressive. I love when Chrome streaks through the defense. He's just made a play out on offense, and he just takes out a defender or two as he rotates in. So you know that Chrome is loving the new demo mechanics. We see another demo there, but still, Flyquest remain on the opposite side of those demos. Thankfully, right now, they have not paid for it, but if they don't get something going here, they've only got 24 seconds to get themselves back in this game. If not, Rogue will go up 2-1. Now here is Sad Jr. in the corner. He's got Chrome pushing up as well and Corrupt the G. They know they're going to have to start to take some chances. They get one there as Chrome puts it on, but Matt,
the
save coming from Matt, keeps the game scoreless, the shutout intact. This is one last chance here. And Corrupt the G going to get that pass from Chrome. He does not, but Sad Jr. is there. Keeps the ball alive as it bounces up. But Matt puts it back downfield. They just got to let this drop, and they do. There it is. We have exchanged wins in the first 3 games here, and Rogue, they are back on top in the series. Strong play from them, but another 1-goal game as they win 1-0.
I am incredibly surprised at how low scoring these games are. Right? It seems like they're, as Flyquest especially, playing really conservative on the defense. We've actually noticed a lot of triple commits on the first shot in an offensive rotation for Rogue by Flyquest, right? They're triple committing on the first save, and then they have 1 or 2 guys follow up to make the clear and play the ball out, which is a pretty risky play. I mean, you know, making the triple commit, but that just means they're so focused on kind of being in that defensive state of mind. They have a long time over this night, over these series, to be able to break out of that. But as long as Rogue is keeping up these shots on net, right, they're going to have a hard time getting those cleared out.
Are you surprised at all? Seems like both teams tend to have an okay comfortability just pulling back on defense. It seems like neither team is ready to take those chances on offense to really get the play moving. See, maybe we can get something there.
Gosh.
That is a nice play off of the rush. Look at that. The pass from Matt. No Sizz required as Insolence has cut its away. But really, where's the defense?
I mean, the defense is trying to stop that ball at some point on the map. Rogue has made multiple passes and shots. It's just about 20 seconds into the game. They have 3 shots on net and a goal that has resulted not off of the kickoff or anything like that, but an actual really nice pass forward to a redirect, to another pass, to a goal. Right? These are the plays that Rogue has been doing so well in this whole series, but now it's really coming to fruition. And Matt was looking for another crazy pass forward, right? Keeping on the pressure with some of those crazy plays.
Yeah, and this is going to be a real test for Flyquest because we saw Rogue gain some real momentum in their series in RLCS. So the next goal here going to be proved to be massive. May come there as Matt does. Matt and Insolences again connect on that. This way, the other way around as Insolence with a nice pop out, but really Matt again exposing the defense. Sad Jr. in an okay position to make the save, but unable to do so.
I think the key here are the placements of these passes. That ball hit perfectly on the curve of the ceiling, which meant, oh, don't tell me this is going to be an open net. Oh, Matt actually misses the open net there, but they're trying to keep on the pressure. And see, that previous pass for that goal, it hit on the curve of the ceiling, popping just far away from the goal, so the goalie wasn't able to challenge that, giving Matt the space to take the shot in the air. Perfect play on the offense for them. Now, although they're struggling a little bit on the defense to keep the ball out of the Ren, that 2-goal lead is going to serve them so well moving forward.
Yeah, one of the biggest leads that we've seen as all 3 of the games were decided by just 1 goal. That may change the pace of this play here. See if Rogue turtles up a little bit or if they try to continue with what has made them successful. That's another one there. Matt tries to beat Sad Jr., doesn't get it over, but another passing play coming from them. Can Corrupt the G get it past Sizz? He does not. Looking for that individual play, but unable to beat the final defender right now. As they move through mid, Rogue is proving that they can take chances and make chances happen as well. There's another one there, but Sad Jr. thankfully gets the clear. Right now, the rush for Rogue looking really, really good. Whereas before, they had a ton of pressure and very few shots. They're showing now they don't even need that offensive pressure to both get hard shots on net and also cash in on those. Here's another one coming here for Sizz. Can he put it up over Sad Jr.? He does not, as Sad gets over just in time. Often the last line of defense as Sad Jr. is back, but it seems this team sometimes hinges upon him able to make these last-ditch saves. There's another one coming from him, but he pops it out right over to Sizz. That clear, not hard enough, and those types of plays can be defining, as this has led to another chance and pressure yet again. It is Insolences, it is Matt, and this game has been all Rogue.
You know, Sizz and Insolences both making the same pass together, and then Matt extending to have all three members of Rogue literally in their opponent's net on that play means they were so confident in their ability to make that goal and keep on the pressure, even though they were incredibly overextended. Chrome actually coming back to hopefully mount a comeback on this kickoff goal.
Yeah, and that was actually an overextension by Chrome, but when you're down like you are, the biggest lead that we've seen from Rogue in the series, you're going to have to start taking some chances, and it works out there for Chrome. He gets his team on the board. Finally, they break through. They're going to need a lot more of that if they're going to come back and tie this series up. Remember, if Rogue wins here, they will take a commanding 3-1 lead in the series. This best of 7 will put them against the wall, but no, not yet, as Corrupted G and Chrome connect there. That was a real nice play by Chrome. He gets the first touch and the second off the backboard. Oh, I stand mistaken, but he was right there. He was there for moral support, if nothing.
Yeah, he was able to come in and secure the goal, right? As they're starting to mount this comeback, being down 3 goals is really kind of a mountain to climb, especially when all of the previous games have been 1-goal games, 1-goal wins.
Oh!
And oh my gosh, Corrupted G tipping the ball up for himself, able to take that power shot through, dribbling that past Sizz, who's on that defense.
Yeah, you saw Sizz trying to make the right decision there, got a little bit caught up, was in that awkward no-man area where you're really not in a good position to press forward, but you're not in a great position to make the save either. And Corrupted G takes full advantage. Corrupted G looking to put his team on his back now. That's a second goal from him, and usually as Corrupted G goes, so does his team. When he scores 2 goals, they are so successful on the side of Flyquest. So we will see. Will that ring true, or will it be like my Sizz stat there in the first game? Sizz trying to make it exactly like that, because Sizz does not have a goal yet. And we'll see. That is so important for him to usually get on the board for Rogue. We have now 1 minute left in this game. We are tied 3-3, yet another close one. This one may be like the other 3, looking more and more like we may have 1 goal decide the game. This is pressure from Rogue as Matt puts it on Corrupted G and Chrome in an awkward spot. Insolences, though, not in a position to press on that glorious opportunity for him, but didn't have the angle, didn't have the position to be able to get a shot, but still, it does not matter, as now the pressure here in this final minute is going to Rogue. There's a pop-up off the backboard, but Chrome gets over just in time. They continue to make the desperation saves needed. Can Sad Jr. get back? He had some time open in the field, but doesn't get it. Oh man, this is just absolutely so close between these two teams. They're down to 20 seconds, still tied. Next goal surely may decide this one. It's now the back pass from Sad Jr. looking probably for a redirect upfield. Instead, gets it back over to defense, but his teammate bails him out there. Right now, I think Flyquest just wants overtime because they are scrambling.
Yeah, and it's mounting this comeback to force overtime after being down 3-0. That is quite a feat in and of itself. But if they're able to transition this overtime into a win, into a comeback to tie up the series score at 2-2, that can be very, very good for Flyquest.
Yeah, this is the moment right here, and this may be it. Can Sad Jr. get there before Matt? And Insolences, no, he does not beat them to the ball, but they have the advantage. If they can just take advantage here, as the defense for Rogue is rotating back, they're wilting the Sad Jr. needs to keep this play alive. He does just that, but that demo from Sizz completely killed the momentum of Flyquest. That is absolutely huge and really just shows how much one physical play can completely change the momentum.
And it's so important now, more than ever, now that demos are a really crucial part of this game. They can be tantamount to a goal that equals just a single demo, right? Just mixing up that rotation by killing their stride, by getting that demo, that could mean huge for them. Sizz trying to get the redirect up, and the quick clears from Rogue are really opening them up to try to turn around this pressure, but really Flyquest has owned this overtime.
And I like that Rogue is not afraid to stay up as well. They fully expect that even the last man back is going to get that clear. So you see plays like that with Sizz waiting up, able to get the ball over to Matt. That was all Sizz, just holding up in the midfield, saw Matt the entire way. Those two are so familiar with connecting with one another. No different there, but we push forward in overtime. We're trying to beat that overtime mark that was set in the first game. This has been absolutely back and forth, but there it is, the pressure too much from Rogue, and they have now taken what may be a commanding lead in this series, the first time that we have got a 2-game lead.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Rogue to keep on the pressure enough to force your opponent on their defense. Just take a few 50-50s in a row, right? Then even if you lose those 50-50s, it's not going to go flying back into your own side of the field, right? They're keeping the pressure on by keeping the ball in their opponent's end, and time again, eventually your opponents are not going to have enough boost to challenge. They're going to be rotating around. You're going to find that crack in the defense, and then they're going to get that goal, and that's exactly what they did. And Matt coming in with that last shot.
Yeah, and that's an impressive win for Rogue, because you saw Sizz there down at the bottom of the leaderboard. Really, they had Matt and Insolences doing a lot of the work there. And if Rogue is winning, even with Sizz near the bottom, then that is really bad for the opponent. So Flyquest, they're in a position now. They have to get a little bit of a reverse going for themselves. Now, they've already got a win in the series, so it's not quite the full reverse sweep, but we'll see. Can they punish the Rogue squad here and get something going? Am I missing something?
I believe we're having a server swap, so we're just
okay. I didn't know those. I'm like, where'd everybody go? Where'd they go?
I'm in this game all by myself. What's happening? I can 1v0 myself.
You know what I got to talk about? I don't know if you noticed, Tom. Did you see we had the Nissan Skyline gracing the presence of the field there? I believe it was Corrupted G. Yeah, what's with that? I don't think that it's come out yet. These pros, they're getting some preferential treatment, huh? All right. I see how it is. All right, but we're getting each other back in. I gotta start paying attention to that. Do you know what hitbox it's? I assume, is it kind of like the Octane? I'm not quite sure though.
I have absolutely no idea. As an informed caster who's supposed to know stuff about the game, I have absolutely no idea what the hitbox in that car is.
Like, are we seeing the only goals, the first goal scored by that car in competitive play? I mean, this is Rival Week.
This is
setting
groundbreaking.
The bar right now. I'm just gonna try to get that car afterwards. See if you can trade it. Probably not, maybe not. But I'm gonna do what I can. But we're gonna get the players back in. We got a server swap going. Not sure who requested that, but I'm sure that it was certainly needed. Sometimes the servers get a little bit wonky. And hey, we need a little bit of an intermission anyway, a little bit of a break before we move into what could be this defining Game 5 now. Rogue up 3-1. If they take this next game, they will win this series in convincing fashion, and that would be a good position for them to be in as they try to take this best of 3, best of 7.
Yeah, and winning that first best of 7 with such a commanding lead, like 4-1, could be so good for Rogue, right? It could set the stage for the second series, kind of make Sad Jr. sad, right? As the saying goes, because that guy, you know, when he's put on the defense for so long, when he's kind of crushed, right? You know, there's a reason his name is Sad Jr., right? He's found so much success in Rocket League, such a great individual player, but when he gets to these really in important sort of situations. And like, for example, he makes it to LAN, end up losing out early, unfortunately. And now here we see Rogue going up 3-1 in the first best of 7 series. They can't stay on the defense, right? We've seen Rogue kind of control the ball in their end the entire best of 7 series so far. And Flyquest is really going to have to turn that around if they're going to find success in this.
Definitely. And we saw a little bit of a different change of pace from Rogue as well. Not only were they able to get separation, Flyquest did a good job of battling back and getting the series tied up, but that's the first time we saw they had a 3-0 lead. So the first time they had any sort of momentum, any sort of separation in the score, and really some nice plays coming through mid as well. Caught the defense of Flyquest really off guard, where Flyquest was doing a pretty good job when they were hemmed up in their own end. You really wouldn't think that usually, but they had some desperation saves in those first few games that kept them in it. But they had a real tough time defending that transition from Rogue. So see if they make the adjustments here. But don't forget, this is just the first series. We may see a completely different team. We may see completely different games moving forward. But it's been so close. I don't know that we've seen a series like this where all of the games so far have been decided by 1 goal. So we said it at the start, and it's ringing true. These two teams are just as absolutely close as they can possibly be.
Yeah, so close. But remember, Rogue kind of has the momentum here. But I actually want to touch on the momentum note because they've just won quite a few games in a row now. However, they just took a little break, right? And having a break, having to switch sides in like a best of series, right? Or waiting for new games to start, it can really kill your momentum moving forward into a series. So Flyquest, I think this is their time to kind of just relax, take a sip of water, take a little breather, and take a second to reflect on the games that have happened. Kind of switch with the play style a little bit and push the ball back against Rogue, because Rogue has just been really pounding them on the defense.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Flyquest do just that, because we haven't seen the fight to be able to get them a game. I like how they were able to battle back in that previous game to get the series tied up, but in the end, Rogue took it. So if we can see Flyquest get a win here, I think that will really prove good for their psyche. You don't want to go down 4-1. I know the games have been real close, but when you see that score line at the end, you see that 4-1. That ends up looking pretty dominant on paper. So that can always be, I'm sure that's going to be in the back of your mind. It's like, man, we played 5 games, we only took 1 against this team. So that's going to be huge for Flyquest. This game 5 could ultimately not decide this series, but maybe could be sort of the pieces of the puzzle as we move forward into the next series as well. But the wait is no longer, guys. We are getting this one underway. The teams on the field, we have Flyquest in the blue, Rogue in the orange, as they are lined up and ready to kick us off here. This is Matt going up against Sad Jr. Sad Jr. winning yet another faceoff. I will say he has been extremely good on the faceoff dot today, winning so many, and actually a couple of those leading to goals. But right there, it leads to a goal on the other side. Sizz with the completely open net, as unfortunately Corrupted G took a chance and got a whiff.
And Sizz actually was going up for a challenge there, and not really a shot. It was a very soft touch that ended up going into a goal. None of Flyquest members were able to rotate back there, especially since it was just off of the kickoff play. Everyone was still finding their rotational position. Chrome coming in. Speaking of kickoff goals, this is Chrome, I believe, 3rd kickoff goal of the series so far, doing so well to follow up and to get those shots in. So good for his team, especially making it the equalizer in this possibly final game of the first best of 7.
Yeah, good job by Chrome, but you don't see the backward plays as much. Usually there's a defender there. Insolences was there, but cannot make connection on it, and that instead leads to a goal. See now, can they build on that? Sad Jr. gets a nice hard shot on Matt, going to kick it over into the corner. Here is the defense, though, of Rogue holding true again. They get that transition through the zone. Now forcing Chrome and Sad Jr. back, but Corrupted G coming back through, taking out the defender. See if they can maybe take advantage of this miniature power play here. And there's a great play coming. Corrupted G finishing it off. Looked like it might be Sad Jr., but that throws the defense off enough for Corrupted G to just come in and clean up.
It was such a good slow play by Chrome to be able to creep up to that ball and make sure he gets that nice touch back out to the center off the defender so that when Corrupted G comes up to score that, the ball is moving slowly. He doesn't have a defender to directly challenge him, so he can pick and choose the exact spot where he puts that ball, and you can't give a pro like Corrupted G that much time with the ball because he will place that ball wherever he wants.
Oh, man, we got a triple
2v1.
commit there. Oh, they were looking so good, but no. Oh, man. Holy cow, the patience from him. Corrupted G just waiting. He expected the late flip, and all it took was just the patient roll in. That is definitely one that Corrupted G is going to want back. He looked a little bit rough around the edges on that one.
Oh, man, that feels so bad for Flyquest after being down in this series 3-1 and being mind gamed like that by Matt, and now Sizz scoring another one. Sizz, stop being so toxic and spamming. What a save in the chat. Come on, Sizz. Let's keep it PG. All right, come on.
And the Matt Sizz connection right there, that flip by Matt, he knew right where his teammate was, and that was a real good 1-2 play from them. Rogue battling back. Now Matt wins yet another face-off. Chrome looking for the clear, but not enough as Sizz kicks it right back over. Chrome gets the save, but we are seeing now Rogue really heat up. Despite the 2 goals on the board for Flyquest, it is looking more and more like they are in trouble here. Now back into the defensive end for a second. Insolence is with a real hard clear. The pro player is just so good about getting those hard clears off the back wall. See if Matt can get another one here as he pushes up. Not the hit, though, he was looking, but look at that. Sizz just following up perfectly. The team chemistry right now for Rogue is really shining through.
Ben, you said they were heating up, right? And I think that's the perfect terminology for this team right now because they are looking on fire. Just look at the speed at which they're getting to the ball, right? Sad, Junior, Chrome, and Corrupted G are trying to get the challenges out, trying to open up opportunities for themselves, but when Rogue has the ball, the speed at which they get to it, the speed at which they challenge, is something that Flyquest is having trouble keeping up with.
Yeah, they really are, and the precision of the play as well. You're seeing times when Flyquest gets to the ball, but it's kind of that last desperation hit, and there's not a whole lot coming after them. Those follow-up plays so huge, and that's really what we're seeing Rogue do really well right now. Often when there's a hit from a player on Rogue, they have got a teammate right there to follow up as well. That has put them in a good position in this game, up 3-2, but still 2 minutes to play. See if the fate can be turned around for Flyquest right now, because they are looking rough. Sad Jr. puts the ball out, and Matt is in mid, but Matt gonna wait back. Instead, allow Chrome just to kick it back out. Rogue seems to be comfortable playing in these 1-goal situations, okay with pulling back on defense, even when it's the slimmest of margins, but it's working out for him so far.
Yeah, right. Like you said, they're totally okay with pulling back on defense. They have this really go hard like offensive play where when they have the opportunity to push it forward, they triple commit into all these kind of threes team plays. But when their opponents have an opportunity, they're so good in getting into that defensive position in time to be able to make that defensive play. And Rogue just so much pressure. They're playing so safe, but at the same time so scrambly in a way that really catches their opponents off guard in the chaos.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of plays where it's just one guy against the other guy. Whoever beats the guy to the ball is going to give his team that advantage. Not necessarily a whole lot of setup plays until maybe right on the very end.
Oh no!
Man, Corrupted G, thank God, bailed out by Sad Jr. as Corrupted G had a glorious chance to tie it up, but it puts them in a great position as Insolence is wet up. Sizz and Matt both really just watching there as Sad Jr. finally gets himself on the board. Sad Jr.'s goal scoring in the RLCS has been pretty much on the decline. He's kind of went down. So anytime he can get a goal in the game, that is going to be really huge for Flyquest.
Yeah, especially since he's not really the best striker on that team, right? Oh, scrambling on the defense gives Corrupted G an open net. And suddenly, after being down so much in this game, they come back to actually have a 1-goal lead.
And that was all Chrome. Did you see that double touch as he followed up? So important, even if you're in the air, if you have the boost and you have the position, follow up, see if you can get a touch on that ball. Got the favorable 50-50. is able to put that back in. Now we see Flyquest battling back, looking like they may will. But no, they are up 4-3. If they can just hold on here, we will keep this first series rolling between these teams. Rogue potentially one last chance to get anything going on offense. They're going to have to wait, bide their time. They push the ball back over. That's a shot from Sad Jr. Real hard clear, but Corrupted G, the patient play, going to wait back out. Just kicks that one over to mid. You can see that right now, Flyquest just wants to continue to just kill these balls, stop the offensive pressure before it happens. Seeing a whole lot there. 5 seconds more for the chance here, but the ball is rolling. Not exactly what Rogue wants. The ball up into the center there. If this one drops, we will see a win, but no, not before Matt keeps us all on the edge of our seat. The ball kicks out and remains up. The pro player is just so good about keeping the ball in the air. There's another save by Insolences as we are in the 0-second mark. Finally, the ball does drop. We see it hit the ground. Flyquest, led by Corrupted G and his pirate hat, no longer in the skyline. That maybe he wasn't quite used to it. It's going back to that familiar Octane. It gets him 2 goals in this game, and we are moving on to game 6.
You know, also known as Calculated G, as he's able to get 2 of these goals for his team, 2 of the 4. So key in being able to take this win and come back. Remember, the series score is 3-2 now in favor of Rogue. Flyquest able to come back a little bit here, and they're going to have to win 2 more times in a row if they want to take the first best of 7. Rogue now, they essentially have a 1 game lead in a best of 3 they had to play now, right, for the finale of this best of 7. So they're very close to that win. I'm sure they can taste it, but they don't have it yet. They need to earn it, because very easily Flyquest is able to come back in the previous game, and they keep that up. They can keep this going. Insolences, though, with an easy shot on net. Nice save by Corrupted G.
Yeah, good job by Corrupted. Keeps this game scoreless, and this right now, Flyquest, they're thinking about how they gave up 3 games in a row against Rogue, and they're looking to do that here. They want to win these 3 games, push it to game 7, and take out Rogue here. Wouldn't be a reverse sweep, but would be close enough. They've got good pressure here as Chrome going to come back around, waits for Matt to hit that. Looks to get the 50-50, but cannot get it as it does clear out into the zone. But Sad Jr. and Corrupted G both in the backfield. Going to keep this ball alive, and there it is. Sad Jr. has a chance, but not able to get the play on. I know it's only been the first minute, but right now Flyquest is looking about as good as we've seen in this series.
Yeah, so quick on the offense, and Chrome there with the double kill against 2 of the members on Rogue. Now Corrupted G putting the ball toward the net. This offensive pressure from Flyquest we haven't really seen before. They have to be careful for not overextend, especially for a team who's been on the defense for so long. It's hard to, rotate forward and kind of be consistent with that, as well as keeping up with the defense. Sad Jr. now, beautiful pass down to the center. Chrome not going to be able to finish that.
Yeah, we remain scoreless in this pivotal game 6. Sad Jr., good job to both clear that out and also get that follow-up touch. It is all Sad Jr. as he pushes it downfield, gets the demo as well. That's going to give his team a chance, but Matt, just in time, cuts that play off. That shot was definitely headed towards the net there, but Matt stops the play just in time. Now here is Matt. Yet again, he's going to push it over into the corner and take out Corrupted G. Loving the demos, loving the physical play as both of these teams seem to be hitting up on that. Sizz, look at that. Individual sets it all up, gets it going, but his team cannot cash in. That was a good job off the backboard by Sizz. It has led to his team having another chance here. Extended offensive pressure from Rogue has really been the name of this series so far. We will see if that continues here in game 6 as we remain tied here, 0-0. Played almost half the game. Both these teams so close. The backboard plays really being attempted, and if the defense is not going to go up and cut those off, at some point somebody is going to put it in the back of the net.
I've seen Chrome a lot on the backboard for his team to be able to save those out, kind of make the easy clears, right? When your opponents pop high looking for the passes down off the backboard, those are pretty easy to save, just like that Sizz on the backboard, right? Making those easy saves when it's put high. But when there's not someone there, Matt is taking good advantage, especially him and members like Corrupted G looking for those double touches off the back wall to make those passes.
Oh, Sad Jr. looking for that underflip off the side wall, nearly put that one on. He was inches away from a chance there for his team. Really, really loving the spacing coming here for Sad Jr., Corrupt the G, and Chrome. The commits, the double commits, the triple commits that we were seeing from them before are just not there, and that space is allowing them to work and see each other as a team. Also really love that Sad Jr. is coming alive, leading his team here yet again. That was a great pass right over to Chrome, who's able to put it in.
And you know, when your teammate with the most amount of points is the one with 0 goals, right? That's when you know they're a major part of that team. 0 goals. What am I talking about? He's just put one in and is continuing to be the top scorer for his team. The 2-0 lead now for Flyquest, looking to come back in the series and really take an astounding lead.
Backboard coming into play yet again. Insolences cannot make the play, and that is just a tap-in for Sad Jr. Looking like Rogue maybe losing it a little bit here. Their composure that was so good in those first few games is looking to be shaken just a little bit as we see a great play. Sad Jr. just absolutely popping off. He stays up in the zone and sees Corrupted G. Great pass, great finish.
It's so important for Sad Jr. to be able to identify where his teammates are. He's doing that so well. If he was going to take that shot on net, Sizz would have been able to save that as he's flying across the net 10 times out of 10. And so he takes the better play and spikes it over to his teammate, Corrupted G, who's able to put that one in. Such good awareness from all of these players. They're constantly looking to see where their teammates are. They're communicating, and those sorts of passes are what's opening them up to these plays. Sad Jr. with another one. 2 goals from him for himself, 2 assists for himself as well. He has been involved with every single one of these goals on his team in this game. 4-0. This is a lead unlike we've seen in this entire series so far.
Yeah, this is Flyquest looking at their best, led by Sad Jr. Seemingly just right place, right time. He's making all the right decisions right now. Sad doesn't get back, but Corrupted G does. They remain with this 4-0 lead. 4-0 lead with the pro teams is absolutely a monstrous lead. Almost never see anything like that give up, especially not in the final minute. So we'll see, can they hang on? If they do, Flyquest will have battled back and pushed this to the Game 7. Pivotal Game 7 in this best of 7. This is why we're here, Tom, to see if these teams can duke it out. And we are seeing just absolutely 2 of the closest team we've ever had. Oh, that may be a little bit to help, but let's be fair. Right now, I don't think that Flyquest is worrying too much. That was all 6 players in the box. That's like some prospect stuff right there.
If you took a little screen cap of that without any nameplates, I would not doubt that someone said that was a prospect level play. All the players scrambling to get that ball in the net. Matt's though able to finish that one out for his team, right? They're looking to get some consolation goals, some return of pressure to start gaining the momentum back before they move into the next game, and that's so important as well. You can't lose that momentum, especially if you're on the defense. You're just going to be pounded harder, as Flyquest has done in this game. Sad Jr. especially, like you said, coming alive in this series, carrying his team really to push it forward and take the win in this game, especially in the later stages of this game. It could bode well for the later stages of these multiple best of 7s we're going to. Now it's tied up, I believe. Is that 3-3? Yeah, 3-3 in this best of 7. The first best of 7 of the night. We've gone to 2 overtimes, one of which lasted over 3 minutes. And this is the final game of this series, the 7th game in the best of 7.
Yeah, any tendencies, any sort of patterns that we thought coming in, those have been broke. We have seen Flyquest lose with Sizz scoring, or I should say Rogue lose with Sizz scoring. We've seen Flyquest lose with Corrupted G putting the team on his back. So everything that you expected to see, we are seeing that much more. These two teams just so close right now, but you have to say Flyquest has all the momentum. There's another chance there. Sad Jr. puts it over with Chrome there. Chrome cannot make the connection. we are seeing more and more of that coming from Flyquest, led by Sad Jr. We will see. Usually it is Corrupted G who is their MVP, but right now Sad Jr. put his team on his back in that 6th game, pushing us to Game 7. This is why we're here, exactly what we want to see. Oh, Insolence is nice. Demo on Chrome. Gonna push that ball right back out to Sizz. Sizz now over off the top. That drop is so difficult to deal with, especially at the speed that was coming in. Anytime it hits that top back corner, but it does not matter. Where's the defense getting back? That ball was floating through mid. You would normally expect a defender to be able to get back in time.
Yeah, the passes coming across between Insolences and Sizz end up popping back out mid for Matt to try to challenge, but getting dunked by Corrupted G, who ends up following that ball all the way to the defense. He and Chrome have done so well to score in the first moments of these games. Insolences off the goal, off the pass from Sizz there. What a beautiful play. It was actually Matt. It was a threes play. Matt to Sizz, the Insolences. Such a quick give and go. They know exactly where their teammates are. They've tied up this game in the final game of this first best-of-7 series. What a close one we are watching here.
Beautiful tic-tac-toe play, gets Rogue on the board. That is more of what you can expect to see as we move forward. These two teams took them about 7 games to heat up, but I would say right now we're seeing some of the best play that we have seen between the two sides. It has taken Game 7 to do so. This defining Game 7 matchup will determine who takes this first series. We are back where we started with the 1-1 tie. Some of the closest Rocket League that we have ever seen. Continuing to go back and forth. Chrome over into the corner with Insolences there as well. Sizz cannot get it, but Sad Jr. does not as well. That allows Insolences just to follow up, but he has no support as Sizz and Matt gonna have to back up and regain a little bit of composure. But this is Rogue yet again. They've got to pass over to Matt. Can he get it? He does. Chrome with the attempt to get the block on that, but he does not. And that is another great play. Look at that pop by Insolences.
Such a good pickup onto Rogue was that Insolences addition to the team. You can see that coming out well as he half flips backwards and ends up popping that ball back out middle for Matt, the classic striker for this Rogue squad. Insolences and Sizz doing such a good job to really support him to be that main striker on that offensive follow-up as that third man. But here, again, the pressure, more shots coming out from Sizz. That's 2 to his name, 4 for his team with that 2 goals for them, that 1 goal lead.
1 goal lead for Rogue. We have seen back and forth between these two teams. Fully expected here is Sad Jr.
No.
Fortuitous there, reading the defense, realizing he had the net wide open, and unfortunately Insolences turned his back on the play, certainly not expecting that ball to come in that quick.
Yeah, boost over ball is not something you want to see at any level of play, but here, having trust in his teammates to be able to challenge that earlier, unfortunately, the cheat was just too much, and Sad Jr. was able to come for that goal. Here we have some strong clears out, but being tied up, we're going to looking for more of these passing plays, and we've seen so many of them this series, especially these give and goes on the side of Rogue.
Yeah, so good at connecting with one another, and we will continue to see that as Rocket League evolves. You're going to see more and more passing plays as these teams really gel together, and we would definitely expect that coming from Matt and Sizz as they play just so many games with one another. But you got to give it to Insolences as well. He is really fitting in right now with the squad. They have another chance here as Matt puts it over into the corner. Insolence is just going to wait back and cut that one off. Good steal. Taking that from Chrome. Sad Jr. not the hit he was looking for, but Corrupted G able to get there and bail him out. And there is Chrome with a good pop as well. So many quick plays off of the side wall from both of these teams. You are seeing 1-2 plays as they treat the game a little bit more like doubles in certain situations where you see 2 guys almost playing attached at the hip, but it's working out.
Yeah, and like you said, right, Insolences is a good pickup for Rogue because he's been playing so well here. We actually see him on the top of the scoreboard here, and that 2's play style that you mentioned, it kind of comes from the fact that these give and goes, right? We have Matt playing back as this third man many of the time, looking for that final shot on net after Sizz and Insolences kind of make these passing plays forward. So it kind of opens them up to make these, quick give and goes, and as long as they're aware of what's going on between them, their positioning, they're able to make these very quick shots on net. And same thing, I can't say anything different from Flyquest, right? They're playing straight hand in hand with Rogue at every step of the way. The scorelines are so close here, and down to the last 30 seconds of the final game in this best of 7 series, one last play could define the series.
Yeah, Sad Jr. just in time, able to get over, stop that rush from Rogue. Now Rogue has field position here as we click down to the final 20 seconds. Can Rogue keep this up, or will Flyquest regain control? The ball is at mid. We may have one more chance here as Kruptagy goes up. He's going to put it up, but no. Sizz, good job, cuts that ball off, stops it from getting to the net before it even happens. We are 5 seconds from potential overtime in Game 7. One final play here coming. Matt's going to put it over. Doesn't kick it down, but it does drop. We now see another overtime between these two teams, and the next goal will determine who will absolutely come on top of this marathon right now, Tom. We have seen just some of the best Rocket League that I have personally seen before. See now if we get another one of those team plays and maybe finish it off, or will it be a defensive lapse? So often with the mental part of this game, you see kind of a defensive lapse. This may be it, but no, Chrome bailing out his team. The desperation save, and they push right back downfield.
And they need to be so careful about overextending for those plays. Very close shot, but you can see Flyquest return it so quickly and followed up for that passing play back for the center. So they need to be so careful. Oh my gosh, so does Chrome with another beautiful save as Insolences puts on the pressure with their team. So close and out of the side, and only 1 minute into overtime.
This is a dangerous game that Flyquest is playing. They have got some desperation saves, 2 from Chrome, 1 from Corrupted G. But this is not what they want. They cannot give this much pressure to Rogue, or eventually one of these balls is going to go in. You see continued pressure coming here as Insolences has Sizz in the mid with Matt in the backfield. Sizz going to go up, put it on. He does. He gets it off of the crossbar. Sizz finishes it, the slimmest of margins. He is able to put this home, and it will be Rogue taking Game 7 of Series number 1.
That nice ceiling passing play from Insolences down to Sizz, who takes the spike. Bar down into the goal. Very, very great placement on that ball to put it right in that high corner. So nearly impossible to save on the side of Flyquest. What incredible play by both of these teams so far, taking the first best of 7 series we've seen today to the 7th game. Right? What else could we have expected? We were talking about how this is going to be such an incredibly close series, but come on, guys. 3 overtimes in 7 games in the first in the first series. Come on, guys. Give me a break. Come on.
Yeah, and all 7 games, Tom, decided by 1 goal. When has that ever happened? That, I mean, chat, you're wrong. I know you think we're disrespecting Rogue here. No, Flyquest, they're up to the task.
No, not at all.
Definitely some of the best that we've seen. These two teams are ready to duke it out, and that is just the start. That is just Series 1. Like we said, we could see 21 amazing matchups, and with how these teams are heating up, how they're playing right now, I don't know that they can get much higher, they can get much quicker out there, but we have at least 4 more games to see, potentially a whole lot more. So please do not go anywhere. We will take ourselves a quick break. But we are not going to leave you waiting long. We're going to get these two teams back on the field. We're going to have a whole lot more of this rival week. This is Day 3, Flyquest versus Rogue. We have returned for some more Rival Week. This is day 3, and this has been just an amazing first series from Flyquest and Rogue. We had to take a quick break, whether we wanted to or not. I had to calm down a little bit, try to reset. I know both of the teams are going to be resetting, Tom. We're back to where we started, kind of. Got a 0-0 score line in the series. We've got to take it down a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about how back and forth that matchup was. That was just an absolute shootout between these two teams. I cannot believe how close it was.
So incredibly close. And I know a lot of people are saying, right, Rogue has had the massive advantage with all the pressure, but you have to realize that when Rogue is making these offensive plays, they're scrambling on the offense to make these passing plays happen, but oftentimes they overextend in ways that when their opponents, Flyquest, have a single clear opportunity, they have shots on net immediately. And so many of their goals have happened because of overextensions by Rogue. So it doesn't matter how much offense you have, if your defense isn't collecting well, then you could be in a worse spot than your opponents on the defense.
Yeah, we'll see if that holds true. We may see a completely different script in this series here, as previous Rival Week matchups have shown us. Once you get into the second series, the third series, you never know what might happen. But this is game 1, series 2. Early pressure coming from Rogue as they work down on the offense. Such a familiar position for them. But a lot of corner play and a lot of good job by Flyquest to really cut it off right at the last second. Not necessarily how you want to play defense, but definitely works for them so far. They're back on defense again. Matt going to kick it down and up off the ceiling. Matt with the calculated play. I'm not going to say he meant to do that, but after that flick by Insolences, you really got to give it to him. That was impressive.
What a play by Matt. Like, what even was that? Able to get up so quickly. He went up after his opponent did and still got to the ball faster than him to be able to dunk him literally at the ceiling level. He's not going to do it again as Sizz tries the same move that Matt just didn't score that goal, but still continuing the pressure, putting Flyquest on the defense. These score lines are so close. Insolences not able to put it on net. They're able to get that one cleared up.
Yeah, pressure again coming from Rogue. We've seen it from them. They get early goals off of early pressure, and it's really worked out in some of these games for them. They get another early one here, but there's Chrome. He's got Corrupted G in the center, and the demo there coming from Chrome, taking out the defender. I think Corrupted probably would have scored anyway, but you gotta love how Chrome just completely removes all chance, or all, you know what I'm saying, all question.
What an incredible play. Right, Chrome with the perfect pass over the Corrupted G, but then also, yeah, like you said, sweeping in for that demo as well. It's such a perfect play on the side of Flyquest. And remember, that was one clear and one shot on net and one goal. That's all you need to give Flyquest. One opportunity, and they will take that opportunity and score against you.
Definitely. There's different ways to control the game, different ways to be dominant. Obviously, Rogue seems to be very good about keeping the ball in, but how good are they when they have to sweep back on defense and have to watch these transition plays? Because we've seen all 3 players from Flyquest get in on the play and really make some good passing plays as well. There's another one coming from Chrome over to Sad Jr. Sad doesn't get the hard shot on net, but that sets them up down on defense. Great play from Corrupted. Oh my God. Sizz just in time, but Corrupted nearly put that in himself. Sad Jr. with the follow-up opportunity. He does not get it, but we are seeing some amazing plays coming from both of these teams, really showing why they are world-class, why they deserve to be here.
I feel like Flyquest is really trying to show that although they've been under pressure, whenever they have the opportunity, they're making such good use of every minute they have with the ball. Nice pop by Sad Jr. to Chrome down, not able to find the net. It was a save by Insolences in the air there. Once they've returned this pressure, it's so easy for them to actually put the ball on the net here. Sad Jr. with another one. He's able to find the net. 1 goal lead for Flyquest.
All 3 players getting into play for Flyquest. Great job by Sad just to cut in and finish that one. The defense was definitely off, lacking boost. having trouble getting back into that rotation. Now we see 2 quick goals coming from Flyquest. Both teams showing such an amazing ability to bounce back. Here comes another one, Sad Jr. The misstep on defense leaves a completely wide open net. That is definitely one that Sizz is going to want to back.
Yes, that's where you put the what a save quick chat in, right? There's Sizz missing the ball, going up the wall there. Really unfortunate on them. That gives them the 2-goal deficit, which is not impossible to come back from. In fact, they did that just in the other game. Chrome making the same mistake on the defense, not able to get back to that runaway ball. He was definitely off the races, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to win that one.
This may be an example of how hard it is to keep up your compete level for these full series like that. That 7 games pushed both of these teams to the absolute brink. I don't think it's any surprise that in game 1, they're letting off just a little bit. I think they understand you definitely want to take a game, but maybe you can use this game 1 as kind of a way to take a breather as well. Seeing really some defensive miscues that are leading to some of these goals, but I'm sure as we get further on in this series, we're going to see a lot better play. It really showed in that first series. As the games went on, they just improved over and over. See now,
that's a really important point actually to make, because at this point, after they've already completed 7 full games, this is more games than any team will usually play in any sort of normal tournament mode or community tournament, or even RLCS, right? That's best of 5s in the RLCS. So already they've played more games than they would normally. And they've just gotten started. This could be a third of the series gone so far. But the pressure is on the side of Flyquest from Rogue, but they're still down a goal. Really bad.
Yeah, this has been a good position. Usually when Flyquest is up, they seem to play pretty well. That style of methodical play really, I think, works out for them well when they are in the lead. You don't necessarily have to have that extended offensive pressure. Just keep the ball in your favor, keep it moving. Right now, this is what we saw in that last game, but remember, we saw a late goal from Rogue. They were able to take it in overtime. So Flyquest is going to have to watch out playing this style, but right now they got 30 seconds just to stay on top and keep this lead intact. This is right where they want to be, keeping the ball down in Rogue's end. But Sizz, nice bump. He gets the demo and the ball, but no one to follow up. I think fully expecting that his teammates would be there. Sizz went to go grab that boost, but he did not have any support. And unfortunately for them, that ticks away the clock. We are now within the last 10 seconds here. See what Rogue does with it. Can Sad Jr. get it out? He does. Pops that one all the way downfield. The nice high arc. Gonna end it here. Corrupt the G. Finishes it off, gets the 2nd goal on the board for him, and that will put the stamp home. This first game will go to Flyquest.
And that clear by Sad Jr. really sealed it there. Even if Corrupt the G missed that goal, even if he put it off to the side and kind of stalled and maybe even spiked it even to the ground or the ceiling, doesn't matter where he put it, because Sad Jr. got that clear. As that timer's ticking down, he secured the win, put the nail in the coffin, and that's going to be the first game of this second best of 7 series going to Flyquest.
Yeah, and if you see a 2-goal advantage, actually, we have not seen anything like that in that first full series. So it's interesting that Flyquest was able to get a little bit more breathing room in that one. Now it was just a last goal, so maybe we should still consider that to be a 1-goal win, but still, scoreline remains 4-2 for Flyquest, and I'm loving that each of the 3 players is really getting involved in the play. We're seeing a nice, balanced, spread-out attack from Flyquest, and it's really proving well for them. They've shown that they don't necessarily need extended pressure in the zone to get the goals. We'll see. The marathon continues as we are moving on into Game 2 of Series 2. Score reset. Early pressure, as in most of the games. Possession for Rogue, throwing for a second, is now they're back on defense. This is with a chance against Sad Jr. Sad up off the wall. Good job by him. Seeing hesitation on defense from Rogue, a position they haven't been in most of this series. We'll see if any sort of extended pressure from Flyquest can keep Rogue off balance. They played almost 7 games with about as minimal as defense as I think you probably could in that many of games. And we'll see, maybe Flyquest can take advantage if they can get any sort of offensive pressure, but right now they do not take advantage of that demo, and a sky-high flick coming from Instances puts it right over to Sizz. Good read by him, allowing them to keep it up. And Matt, oh, the shot off of the side wall with 2 defenders there. Puts it in, seeing eye shot. What a laser.
Yeah, what a laser indeed. It's like he took that from the corner and just rocket launched that one straight in. Got the power shot right after the bounce off the wall. That's exactly the sort of position of the shot that you're looking for. But really the placement of that shot was what really surprised me. The perfect positioning in that top corner to be able to put that past both defenders. What an incredible play from Matt, who's known as the sniper, like the striker on the side of Rogue.
Yeah, Matt, so good at placement there, and it does not get any better than that with that top corner snipe. But still, pressure from Flyquest. We have not seen this from them really in any of the games. They finally have some offensive pressure as they really are looking good. They're trying to build off of that Game 1 win. See if they can get it there. Oh, Insolence is just over in time to stop that shot from Sad Jr. And with the demo as well, they continue and push downfield. Now Matt over in the corner. He's got to beat Sad Jr. as well, but he cannot do that. Unfortunately, Corrupted G with the hit off Sad is going to throw his team off, and it leads to another snipe. Matt, apparently he can only shoot in that area of the goal.
Oh my gosh. It's like he has a string tied to the ball, and whenever he touches it, they just pull it straight into the goal, right in that one spot. Matt, what an incredible shot off that pass. Just what a play. Like, Matt is, call him the sniper. Beautiful shot off the wall. But then he makes a play like that and just shows that he can do it consistently. That is why this team is playing at the highest level. Matt, so good on that offensive, really power.
Oh my God, look at Rogue. That was so uncharacteristic, but it was working. Oh my God, all 3 players just grouped up in mid. Oh my God.
They're all Rogue. Right, Flyquest didn't get a single touch on the ball. Passing it back and forth across their offensive line. That's the control that Rogue has been able to take against Flyquest, and they definitely deserve this 3-goal lead in this game.
Yeah, any hesitation from Flyquest really needs to go away, and it needs to go away quick. They got to recognize how Rogue is grouping together. They're really disrespecting them on defense. I got to say, Rogue is not at all thinking that the defense of Flyquest can put them to the brink, because the way they are playing so closely together, they could easily expose themselves. You said it earlier, as they tend to overcommit, but right now it is working out. We have seen some real good plays coming from all 3 players on the Rogue side, but now here may be a play for Corrupted G. He gets it, but Insolence is in time. Gets the save there off a nice hard shot from Corrupted G. Definitely something Flyquest needed to get themselves back in this game, as this game too has been all Rogue. They continue to push here. Sad Jr. against Insolence. Sad does win it. He's got Corrupted following up as well. Chrome there. Now wait and see what Corrupted does as they attempt to make a play. Corrupted follows into the corner but cannot beat Sizz. That forces Chrome and Sad Jr. to rotate back, but now another play coming here from, oh man, Orange side just making these extra touches. That one extra pass is completely thrown off the defense.
It really is, and time again, we've seen that, right? In the beginning of the series, we saw a lot of those 1-2 plays, right? Those passing plays coming up from Flyquest, but now it's all Rogue with the passes back and forth. Sizz trying to drop on a net, so many touches on the offense. And I think it's really a lot of Sizz on the offense. He's really disrupting Flyquest, and although Flyquest has a lot of these give and goes as well, they've been making a lot of these passes. They're a little too coordinated, they're too telegraphed. But when it comes to Rogue, right, the classic saying, right, you don't know what your opponents are doing if your opponents don't know what they're doing, right? And so in Rogue, they play so chaotically, but they're always aware of where their teammates are, so that it doesn't matter what kind of play they've been managing to do, they always seem to get the pass through. And what actually a beautiful pass from Chrome to Corrupted G here, spiking it down. That was quite a boomer at 75 miles an hour. Going to get it past Matt and Sizz.
Yeah, another corner snipe. We've seen multiple of those for both sides here. Looking so good when they finally get a good shot and able to take it. Corrupted G, a little bit of glimmer of hope for his side. We'll see if the passing plays continue for both teams. Chrome looking for Corrupted G there. He doesn't get it, but there is Sad Jr. going to keep this play alive. he pushes it over. See, Chrome and Corrupted, they're waiting back. They don't have a lot of time. I know they want to set up the play. They want to make sure they still play positionally sound, but they are running out of time, down within 30 seconds here to get 2 more goals on the board. We'll see if that demo can open up the field for them, but it does not. The 2 men back on defense when you're trying to come back is really not something that's going to work out for you. They're going to have to get something here, and they need to do it now. If they don't get a goal here, this is going to go to Rogue, and Sizz, he doesn't get a chance there, but the time's clicking down. This is looking more and more like Rogue will take this game, too. They're going to get this series tied up, Tom, and just like that first series, we remain close. This one is decided by 2 goals, but seemingly just as close as all of those games in that first series. If there was ever a series I thought would go the full 21 games, Tom, we are looking at it as they are yet again tied 1-1.
It's kind of incredible because you see in the previous game, Flyquest with so much control against their opponents, then suddenly Rogue just pops off. In fact, I'd give this mostly to Matt, who is able to just capitalize and receive every sort of pass that his teammates are throwing at him. Sizz, especially with 2 assists to his name, doing such a good job on just disrupting the defense of Flyquest to a way where he can open up any sort of creative pass to his teammates. And Matt is always there to follow up. And he's shown that time and time again, whether it's the boomer off the wall or the power shot from the mid off the pass. What great plays from these players, and I'm excited to see who's going to be able to take this as the series is tied up again. But remember, Rogue has the first best of 7.
They have the first best of 7. Nearly got the first goal there as the defense was out of the net, but they are not able to cash in. And really, I think this is a situation where Flyquest, they need to pay attention to these extra passes, see who the open man is, just like that. Oh my God, they are so good at just cutting in. You said it, Tom. Even I'm not able to predict what they're doing right now. A guy just cuts in and completely changes the flow of the game, working out so well here for Rogue as they get another one here. Sizz does not get the chance, and Matt gonna have to rotate around, regroup. But there's Sad Jr. with Corrupted G as well. They nearly connect on their own. A nice play from Sad Jr. nearly sets that one up. Look at that, Chrome recognizing the slowness coming out of the backfield, and a good job to get the steal, but no pressure after that steal as Flyquest, despite the little bit of pressure in that first game, they've really had trouble setting up anything in the offensive zone. This may be the story for them. They may just be playing this series kind of not setting up, looking so good when they do stuff like that. Just build right off of it and get the goal so quick.
It's so funny to see how they play on the defense so far back, and then when they have the opportunities like this, they're so quickly able to transition that sort of control of the ball into across the field into their opponent's side of the field. Because they've been on the defense for so long, it's maybe a little difficult for them to do that, but when they have those opportunities, they do a very good job of scoring those goals.
Yeah, definitely putting the shots on, and I like the shot by Sad Jr. He really threw the defense off. He didn't put it on hard. He just bounced it along the ground, and despite 2 defenders there, he was able to squeak it in. So that's good for Flyquest as they're trying to battle back and get the second win in this series. Remember, they took game 1, but it was Rogue coming back and taking game 2. These 2 teams about as close as you can see. Sizz now with Corrupted there. Corrupted, nice job over to Sad Jr. He's got an open net, and he cashes in. Corrupted G again. The individual play, the individual 50-50. A little bit of a fortuitous bounce, but works out. Corrupted G just so good at generating offense for his team.
Yeah, making those plays on the offense is kind of like the Sizz of Flyquest, right? Because Sizz is doing pretty much that same thing, kind of getting in their faces and keeping that ball in that offensive zone, opening up opportunities for themselves, just like that. The pass over to Sad Jr., and that was Sad Jr.'s goal, but Corrupted G, able to sit in net and kind of steal that goal from him. If he had saved that, that would have been a little unfortunate, but that didn't happen as Calculated G's able to take that goal, snag it from Sad Jr.
Yeah, and Corrupted put it in a great spot. He didn't get the shot, but he was aiming for that same top corner, and the defense really didn't know what to do. Couldn't get a save on that shot, and with Corrupted right there in his face, he could not get a save on the rebound as well. 3-0 coming here for Flyquest, as it has been all them. I cannot believe how many times we say
the miss!
one team takes control. 4-0 for Flyquest. And Corrupted G, just patient. Just nothing but patient play.
Yeah, and you know, this is what's going to be happening more and more as we get further into this long series. Remember, we've already played a full 7-game series. And now we are in the second game of the second best of 7, right? So this is pretty tiring for all of these players. And now Flyquest, third game of this series, and Rogue able to come in and take one more goal to their name, but with 2 minutes left, right? They're gonna have to turn this around hard. And being so far in these series, it's really difficult for a team to kind of collect themselves after going down by so much, right? Maybe in a smaller series, it's very, very focused on coming back, but I think they're more willing to, kind of go down in these games after, maybe even tilting after being down for so much. It's so difficult to kind of collect yourself like that, except when you get demoed. Matt coming in off the demo. What a great play.
Yeah, Matt got the goal, but the aggression from Sizz, he refused to rotate back. He was going to stay up. He was going to get a hit on somebody, no matter how it happened, and that was a great time to do it. The demo, perfect from them. 2 goals now, looking more and more doable as they were down by 4, but a couple of quick ones brings them back within 2. You never know. Rogue may do this as they have pressure yet again. Insolence is over into the side with Sizz waiting back as well, but Sad Jr., good job to get it past him. Only in time for Matt to get it as well, though, and there it is. Oh, Matt, he had a glorious opportunity, but the sniper cannot make the snipe at the moment that it really mattered there. Matt not able to cash in, but right now the defense of Flyquest, they're being put off. They have got to get this ball downfield. They finally do there, and a cut. Oh, but Sizz in time. A good transition play. Flyquest so good at that. Bullet. But Sizz up to the challenge. We are now seeing back and forth play.
Yeah, and these shots, I mean, look from both sides, the passes from Flyquest, they'll apply that pressure. And the quick return and the passes on the side of Rogue. Oh, the missed pass on the side of Rogue is going to be intercepted by Sad Jr. there. He's going to be able to take that shot on net as Matt is not able to rotate in to make up for the mistake through that pass. Down 3 goals now is Rogue. 5 goals from Flyquest. I don't think we've seen 5 goals scored for any team so far.
Yeah, and led by Sad Jr. I talked a little bit about when we came into this rival week matchup about Sad Jr. and really his lack of goal scoring. His goal scoring has gone down in each of the previous RLCS tournaments that he's played in, but right now 3 goals on the board. He's got the hat trick, and this is looking more and more like the Sad Jr. we all know, the Sad Jr. we love. He has been involved in the play, and I said Corrupted G, but no, Sad Jr. right now might be that variable that leads to Flyquest winning. They're up 5-2 right now with just 30 seconds to go. It would be an absolute collapse if they gave this game up, looking like they're going to take a 2-1 lead in the series, which would be better for them than the previous series. If you remember, Rogue had the 2-1 lead coming out of game 3. So this series looking a lot better for Flyquest, but still as close as those previous games. These 2 sides are ready to just continue to battle out this marathon. This clock will count down, but game number 3 going to go to Flyquest. They will take this one 5-2, 5 goals on the board for them. We've seen some goal-scoring outbursts from them here and there. Definitely, anytime you could score 5, you got a pretty good chance of winning.
Yeah. With that 5-goal lead, it's so difficult to be able to lose a game like that, especially when you have all the pressure and you've been really following up with the momentum. I mean, Flyquest did such a great job in kind of controlling that whole game, except I have to say when Matt is on the offense and putting those shots on net, he's just an absolute monster with that shot power, with that shot placement. So difficult for Flyquest to kind of make up for that. But when Flyquest has the pressure and has the shots on net, they've just taken the lead and ran with it. And the further we get into the series, I feel like as these players get more and more tired, the larger the score differentials are going to be. Because when a team has a lead, they have the momentum, they're just going to run away with it. And normally when all cylinders are firing at the same speed on all players, right, it's not that way. Everyone's kind of battling out and it's very even. That's why in the first best of 7 series, every game was, right, 1 goal differential, right? Everyone is very even, very on top of the ball. But now, as it's kind of dragged on and on, people are making more mistakes, which are leading to more mistakes and leading to their opponents getting more opportunities. So, the momentum carries a lot more weight now.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, anybody could say, no, I'd keep my competitive mindset up the whole time. But you got to wonder, you're thinking, it's a long series. Rogue, they saw as they gave up games back and forth, even gave up the games 5 and 6 in the previous series, but still battle back to win. I think it's human nature to think, we got this. We may give up a game here and there, but we got 7 games to do it. Rogue's still on top in the entire series matchup. They're up 1-0. So even though they're down 2-1 in this series here, you got to feel like they're still pretty confident coming into the game. And really, can you blame them for trying to conserve their energy? Because it's tough. I mean, even me, when I'm grinding ranked, that's just ranked. I have a tough time to keep that up.
Imagine this is not at all like playing 10 games of Rumble, okay, or making or even doing your 10 placement matches. You probably remember how that felt, that short little grind it took to get your rank. Well, imagine playing at the absolute highest level for quite a large prize pool with teams against another team that is considered one of the best teams in North America or even the world, right? Playing in the RLCS, this means a lot for not only your pride, but also the money, but also just the power rankings in North America. Whoever wins this, although these are one team right over the other in the RLCS rankings, right, this can mean a lot for how their team plays in the future.
Yeah, and it's a test. It's something that without playing here in these matchups, you may not know how your team will respond in these sorts of situations. It's almost like seeing a miniature tournament in one matchup. And good job right out the gate. We see Insolence's a whiff by Chrome, and really a great job by Insol to follow up, get an easy tap in. Defender let it happen, but he was there to make the play. Early goal will go to Rogue in this game 4, putting them in a good position to potentially bounce right back. We've seen that from both teams. Such fight from both of these squads so far as Rogue pushes up. There is Sad Jr. They get the clear all the way down to the corner. Also gets the demo on Insol. But it is Sid going to cut back up. He's got Corrupted to beat. Can he do so? No, Corrupted hanging tall in the net as Sid and Sad Jr. both get taken out there. But Corrupted, he has proved so good when he's got the ball and some space. He had an opportunity there. Doesn't get the shot on, but this leads to some more pressure here coming from Flyquest. Try to tie this game up. Minute already gone in game number 4. Sad Jr. just rotating back around. Gonna grab that ball, wait Matt out, but Matt, good job to push that through. Nice patience by Sad. I like that he's not afraid to slow the game down, even in threes. Definitely a skill when you're able to do that. There's not a lot of room in threes to really slow the play down, so you've got to pick your spots on that.
And there's a lot of difference between the pressure that Flyquest applies and the pressure that Rogue applies when they have the offensive capabilities, when they have the ball possession in their opponent's end. Because Rogue, right, they focus a lot on boots control, which means their opponents have a lot of trouble clearing out and following up on these plays. Oh, Insolence is able to come in again. Often a mistake on Chrome, trying to get that ball out on the side there, but not quite able to find that as he's not able to get up in time. Insol finding the shot, that 2-goal lead so quickly on in this game here. We're not even halfway through this game, and this lead looks like, just like Flyquest did in the previous game, hopefully Rogue will be taking this momentum here, really carrying through.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of individual momentum in these games, whereas the first series was so close, both teams battling back. It looks like when one team gets a lead in this second series, they're able to gain control. We're seeing that now from Rogue as Insol pushes up. There's Chrome, but cut off right by Sizz. just in time. Looks like Rogue knows that they have this 2-goal lead. They're just going to wait back a little bit, not do anything too crazy. Definitely don't want any defensive mistakes to hand the goal to the opposition. Now, Sizz there over to Matt, looking for him the whole way. Matt not able to get the shot on, and instead that's going to be Chrome back, and nice play as Sad Jr. yet again recognizes, I have a teammate there. I'm not putting the ball on. I'm just going to put it right into that open space.
And I have to give so much credit to Chrome's placement of the shot as Insol comes in from that left post there, and because Chrome's opponent, right, Insolence is guarding that near post, Insol has to extend forward to be able to make a save on any part of the net there, and so he actually throws it close post, right, to the near post behind Insolence's, so that he's able to get the nice placement on that shot and to get that first goal of the game. They're only down 1. This is very reminiscent of sort of the first series of the night between these two teams, as it was much closer.
Yeah, definitely a lot closer. Want to see that fight. They may be regaining a little bit of that energy that is potentially spent here as you move forward. Now here's Matt going to put it on. He's got the top of the net completely wide open, and we've seen it before. When he has a chance at the open space, he will make you pay. Love that flip coming from Sizz to give Matt that opportunity.
And you could see Chrome there and Corrupted G on the defense, right? They gave them so much space. Sizz, when he popped that ball was not moving very fast. Matt had so much time to be able to place that ball wherever you wanted, and that's just something you can't give your opponents.
Yeah, and I love, though, the uncharacteristic style sometimes where they're not afraid to break out of their positioning. Matt and Sizz, they'll move up together. They'll treat it a little bit more like twos. They're able to come through. Chrome says, all right, one guy left. What do I got to do to get a goal here? Chrome just taking out most of the Rogue squad, but it does not lead to a goal. It does lead to the pressure, though, as they get it on. Chrome going to get a nice hard shot. Finally, a shot coming through, and the demo going to leave the net open. Can Sad Jr. cash in? He cannot. Glorious opportunity for him, but not able to take advantage of the physical play coming from Chrome.
And Chrome, so good. He actually demoed all 3 members of Rogue in that play. Corrupted G as well. So many demos coming out. They're really trying to find a chink in the rotation. They're trying to find that demo that's going to open themselves up for that offensive play, open themselves up for that goal. It's so difficult to come back from a demo, but Rogue is doing such a good job again. Another double kill, triple kill on Chrome. He's looking for 4. He gets the triple kill, and he gets the exterminator. Extermination for getting so many demos in this game. Matt getting the revenge on Chrome with that demo, but man, it's funny. I just can't handle this. I can't do it.
I don't know how many backup cars do they got in the shop, because they must be running out. We just saw like 6 demos in a span of 20 seconds. Oh my God, the physical play opening up.
But the thing is, okay, it didn't end up in a goal. He killed all 3 members. He got 3 demos in a row and then a 4th. And they weren't able to find a shot. And then the best part, Matt returns the ball and gets a goal against them. Like, how is this supposed to make sense? Chrome, so physical, but his team just not able to follow up and capitalize.
Yeah, and they followed suit. You got to give it to Rogue. They said, all right, we're going to take this back a little bit. We're going to get some demos of our own. I don't think I've seen as many demos in a short period of time.
Sam, we need to have someone look into this. Was that the first extermination in an RLCS quality game? I mean, I have no idea. Like, Chrome going so ham on his opponents, just running up their spoilers and, oh my gosh, just putting them all to dust.
Oh man, the parts on the field. We may need, Sizz is taking an extended break right now. We may need that to just brush off all of the parts of the cars that are sitting on the field right now, because that was absolutely unbelievable. But you said it, in the end, Chrome, they're not on the scoreboard. We don't even see how many demos he got. It doesn't matter. They only got 1 goal. That's the stat that matters. So loving the physical play, but in the end, it is still Rogue. They get this series tied up. We go back and forth yet again. We have a 2-2 tied series in this second series. If you're just joining us, guys, this is the second of a best of 7, potentially 3 best of 7s that we may see here today, with Rogue taking that first best of 7 in a close game 7 matchup. So now we are back tied again with Chrome looking for the early goal. Matt getting the save with the bicycle kick there. Stops his team from going down early. And now there is Matt again. He's going to be trying to pick that top corner. You know he is. He doesn't get it, but Sizz rotates around and continues the pressure here. Now Corrupted G up with Sad Jr. Corrupted G doesn't get it. Oh man, if Sad could have read that, I think he would have had a chance to get that as Sad Jr. placed that, or Corrupted G placed that perfectly down into the box. Unfortunately for Flyquest, they do not take advantage. Both teams coming out swinging. This is about where we saw them heat up last series. Moving into game 5, we really saw the teams cruising, and I think we are about to see a whole lot of the same here.
Oh my gosh, just right off the start. So much pressure on the side of Rogue against their opponents here in Chrome with multiple shots on net, although one's only showing on the scoreboard for them a full minute in. And a good passing play from Sizz. Oh, a good save from Sad Jr. Off of the post is going to keep them in this game.
Oh, and I thought they were going to capitalize off the push downfield. Chrome not able to get it, but that was a great save from Sad Jr. to keep this game scoreless and nearly led to a goal inside. No, Matt! Oh, Matt going for the play. Tries to do that all himself, but he had a teammate right there ready to cash in. Tries to do a little bit too much on that and does not lead to the first goal for Rogue. Now here's Rogue pressing again. He's going to wait, curl back around. There's Sizz, but didn't realize he didn't really have a chance on that, and now that is leading to a chance by Flyquest. But see Sad Jr. looking a little bit out of position. Good job by him to get over just in time. If that ball squeaks by him, that is an odd man break the other way.
Nice pinch forward as well by Sizz. Just really nice plays by Sizz all around when it comes to the offense. Him putting shots on net, but really not as many shots as assists, because he has been so key in setting up both of his teammates. But Sad Jr. forcing this one in past the defenders.
What defenders? That's what I'm saying. Nobody back in net. That is just a quick play over the corner, and we've all been there. You see nobody in net. You got to get that ball over the front as fast as you possibly can. Chrome did just that. The defensive miscue, quick breakdown coming from Rogue leads to the first goal of this game for Flyquest. Now it is Flyquest with Chrome in the middle. Can Sad Jr. get up? He's running out of boost. Gets there in time enough to get the favorable 50-50 back over to Corrupted G, who then plays it back through. They do not keep the ball in the zone, but they regain control as Chrome goes back, grabs the boost, kicks it out, but no, gonna go right to Matt. Not at all what Chrome was looking to do. He handed that ball right into the offensive road.
Yeah, this is what Sizz does so well. He gets the ball so quickly in the offense, and then he challenges it. Put the defense in bad positions. Get those 50-50s on your opponent's side, and that one specifically set Matt up perfectly, right? Sizz with the 50-50 win, even though it wasn't that big of a win, it went mostly neutral, but it went straight to Matt to be able to take the shot, and that's so important, Sizz, with those offensive 50-50s.
Yeah, super important is to stay up in the play. If you know you have a guy back, why not just stay through, try to get that steal. That's exactly what Sizz did there. Now we are back to a tie game, 1-1, 2 minutes to play. Anyone's game in this game, anyone's series, anyone's match right now. As we have played what is the 13th game in this series, and we have decided absolutely nothing so far here. Corrupted G over. He does not have a player over to the side wing. Instead, he's just going to hold up and keep this ball in. Chrome, good job to get it there, but Insolences. The save is made, but you can see the patient play coming from Flyquest. They understand that they can just hold back, and this is a lot what Rogue was doing in the first couple of games of the first series. You see Flyquest is just waiting back, allowing Rogue to just play the ball right back to them.
And waiting for those long clears, and then the mistake on the defense as they have to struggle back, right? The capitalization on your opponents being overextended is something that both these teams, I think, have been employing in their play. You can see here Chrome, oh my gosh, almost putting that one on. Corrupted G not able to find the shot as well. But the pressure is on Rogue. This is something that they're quite familiar with because usually Flyquest pressure isn't so sustained.
Yeah, and I'm loving when all three players of Flyquest get into play. They look so good when they can get those.
Oh my gosh, what a pass! Oh my gosh. That was so beautiful. You have to look at the exact place where this ball was placed. Instances with a double touch off the corner to the bend on the base of the wall, popping it up and away from the goal so that the defender has to extend away from the goal to be able to challenge that ball. Puts Met in a perfect position to get another goal for his team.
Yeah, the speed really just came through there. Not sure he was trying that exact touch, but in the end, he knew if he could just get to that ball, get a favorable touch with his teammate right out front, they were going to get a goal from it. That's a late goal coming from Rogue, and that is huge for them. None bigger, though, than Matt right there. Man, what can Matt do when he gets any sort of open net? He is able to just place it on. That was an impressive angle.
And Matt is known for being able to get these crazy angles. He got a few of those actually in the game, in the series they played against Flyquest in the RLCS, right? Just known for getting these incredible angles, being able to shoot the ball on the net no matter where he is on the field. And this is what he's shown to do so well here. You can see actually on that previous goal, Matt, when he shot that and Corrupted G was in net, he just stood there, he just accepted his fate and let Matt put that one in his own net. And as this one hits 0 seconds, this is Rogue taking a 3-2 lead in the second best of 7. The next game could possibly be the final game of this series as Rogue is only 1 game away from winning this entire rivalry game.
Yeah, this is now their backs against the wall for Flyquest, a position that they have not been in. They were down in the first series. Remember, they went down 3-2 in that series as well. They pushed it to game 7, but ultimately fell short when trying to get that game 7 win. So familiar place in the series, but not at all for the match, as this was do or die time for Flyquest. We move in to game 6. As you said, if Rogue takes this win, they will be this night's champion. They will complete the insult to the injury, as remember, Rogue, they took the first matchup in RLCS between these two teams. And right now, Flyquest, everything's on the line for them. $700 for the winners on the line. Bragging rights for Rival Week is on the line. And the fact that they could say they did not go down to Rogue yet again.
Yeah, and that's something that they really don't want to do here, especially as this series has been so close. They don't want to go down in 2 best of 7 series in a row, because that 2-0 lead that could possibly be Rogues is not what has really described this series as a whole. It's been so close every step of the way. The pressure so quickly against Flyquest once again. Yeah,
this is a tough spot for them right now, because any goal with how tight these two teams have played could be it. This may be it here. Sad Jr. gets a backflip out with Matt there as well. Matt doesn't get the play on net. One of the few times he is not able to put that shot on, but here's Rogue keeping up the pressure. There's Matt again. Insolences at mid. He's just going to wait out, though, keep the pressure, allow Matt to just kill the clock, take the boost. And that's all Matt keeping that away, but nice job. Sad Jr. stops that play before it happens. Good job as well, because the defense was wilting. Sad Jr., I'm loving the way he has elevated his game. His team may be down, but Sad Jr. has played the match of his life right now, looking so good in some of these games.
He's really stepped up. And I remember you were saying, right, when Sis steps up, then Rogue wins. When Sad Jr. step up, Flyquest wins, right? And Sad Jr. right now, he's doing a great job of trying to carry his team, put him on his back by being really that supportive player and setting up his team for those plays. Corrupted G with a shot, and that's going to be put off to the side. But this continued pressure is so hard for Flyquest to sustain. We've seen this throughout the series. Is really when Flyquest have an opportunity on the offense, it's very short-lived, as Rogue so quickly returns the pressure. But really, Flyquest, they've shown that they don't need very long, sustained pressure to be able to get these goals.
No, and it really comes off the back of shots like that. Corrupted G, great shot off of the wall. Defense got over just in time, but it shows how good Rogue is really at clearing the ball. Even with the odd angles and things that they have to take off the back wall, they're usually able to get an extremely hard clear downfield. So Rogue showing their skill there, but on the same side, we have seen Flyquest able to take shots so quickly as they move up the field. So really the battle between that two right now, we are within 2:30 on the clock, tied 0-0. I'm getting closer and closer to the only goal perhaps mattering here. Corrupt G goes up with Chrome as well. Chrome going to try to get this one on. He does not. Cannot get that further than the midfield circle. And with the double commit on defense, if Sad Jr. doesn't connect here, that's going to be it. But no, Matt, he does not get the ball on with Sad Jr. whiffing. That was a glorious opportunity to perhaps seal the deal for Rogue. But Matt does not cash in, keeping the game 0-0. Here's another chance here. Insolences goes up. Sad Jr. gonna have to clear this one out. He's got Chrome waiting with him as well, and Chrome follows up well. He's into the corner. Can he get this ball out? Nice pop off the back wall right out to Sad Jr. Seeing eye pass and deflection there, but still nothing doing. Another minute has ticked off the clock time. We remain scoreless. These two teams so absolutely close, and we are on the edge of our seat.
You can see the fatigue in these players, like the lack of communication coming through, the lack of really valuable communication, as Matt, Sizz, and Insolences have been committing for balls that they really should be leaving for each other. We saw in that previous play, Matt had that shot on net that he completely missed. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Matt, he's never missed a shot in his life. All right, fine. Matt, fine. I'll let it happen. All right, nice shot, Matt, off the pass from Insolences there. They're looking to take the lead, and a Flyquest don't score in the next minute and 13 seconds, they will be going home.
Yeah, this may be it. Insole, great job to put that up off of the top and beat Corrupted G, who was attempting to make the read off the back wall, but Insole made sure that could not happen. Sad Jr. in net, bounces that one back out. He's going to follow up as well. Good job to get off the back wall. Can they take advantage? No, Insole going to get a nice hard clear off of that back as well. Going to kick that right back down into the Flyquest zone. And that stops that chance, but now right back down into Rogue zone. There is Insole yet again. He's up off the back wall. So good at reading that, stopping these chances. They're going to have to do a little bit more than put it off that back wall, because right now Rogue is reading that absolutely perfect. This may be it, a chance. Chrome puts it out to Corrupted, but they cannot connect on that pass. They try to switch it up. Instead of going up off the back wall, try to get over in the midfield. Here's another backward play, but there is Insole yet again. That defensive rock for Rogue, looking so good. Sizz and Matt, so good on the offensive side. They need Insole to continue to do what he's doing. He's got another chance off the back wall, and he stops that one in the corner. Plays here, and demos abound. We've got pressure, but with the 5 seconds on the clock, if Matt can get this one down, that may be it. Another shot, and that is fitting. Matt looking like the MVP potentially for Rogue, looking more and more like he's going to finish him off. Barring some sort of miracle right here, that shot from Matt is going to do it. What a shot indeed. 2 seconds time. Looking like it is going to be Rogue. The ball's going to just die at mid. That is not what Flyquest wanted. And there it is, Rogue. Despite the games being so close between these two teams, they do get the 2-0 series win, taking Game 6 with the shutout.
What an incredible series, especially from Matt. Sizz, Insolences as his support. He's able to carry his team, be the striker for this Rogue squad, and just put Flyquest into the ground. The final game. Because Flyquest, throughout this entire series, it went back and forth so many times. Let's remember, the first best of 7 went all to 7 games, constantly going back and forth. Every single game, we had 2 overtimes, maybe even 3. I can't even remember. It's been such a long night. 2, maybe 3 overtimes. Only one goal differentials in the first best of 7 series. In the second best of 7, we saw it go back and forth as well. Flyquest actually winning 2 of those games. Rogue having to go all the way and get to that 4th. So close by both these teams, but Rogue, with just the edge, having that constant sustained pressure against their opponents, have taken the win and have taken home their Psionic sponsored prize.
Yeah, Psionics footing the bill on this one. They had $1,000 on the line for these two teams. That's going to be $700 going to Rogue. Flyquest, still, we're excited to have them here. They're going to get $300 just for being that runner-up. And they deserve it with some of the bounce backs, some of the plays. We saw teams back and forth just when you thought one team had momentum, which is a very real thing. The other team would just build themselves back up, come and just force their way back into the series. And that is what I'm really loving about these series. We maybe didn't get to see that third series, which would have been so exciting, but we did see just two teams absolutely duking it out. So props goes to Flyquest, but really Rogue taking the day, looking so extremely good in the way that they were able to finish, especially. I got to hand it to Matt. Matt played out of his mind. Some of the shots and the placement on those shots for Matt was just absolutely world class, proving that they are meant to be here. So now Rogue, they need to take this momentum. They need to try to get themselves into the RLCS finals. So we will see if they can do that. But Tom, this is just the middle of the week for Rival Week. I can't believe what we just saw. Now we get to sit back. We get to see tomorrow, we get to see an EU matchup, Method versus PSG, which is just going to be, I don't even know what to think there. Oh my God. And then to end it, Cloud9 versus NRG as well. So maybe we saved the best for the last. I don't know. What I just saw was pretty good. But guys, if you're not here tomorrow and it's an EU-friendly time for those guys who are still up on the EU side, make sure to be here. But Tom, what can you say about these two teams and what they just brought for us? I'm loving what Rival Week affords us, and I'm just here to cast it. It's like I'm a viewer with benefits.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are. We're just another one of the audience members just enjoying great Rocket League, right? That's why we're here. That's why Rival Week exists. This is to just sustain and grow the Rocket League community. I hope all of you watching thoroughly enjoyed it as much as I did. What an incredible series, and all of you fans of all of these high-level players rejoice in their wonderful play, whether they won or not. I am so excited to come back in the next days to watch the other games that are coming up this week, like you mentioned. I also want to give a quick little shout out to Pro Rivalry League on Twitch for hitting that 40,000 follower mark. What an incredible marker and milestone for PRL. Just congratulations and thank you for the support by you guys, all of you audience members watching and supporting, and everyone behind the scenes, Shy Strangest, Chim, and the whole crew at PRL putting this together, and you, Sam. What a wonderful caster it is to be with you, and I am so excited to get to bed and relax and just chill out after such an intense and incredible series.
True, man. I'm gonna go play some Rocket League, try to be as good as those guys.
You want to do it?
About the followers. Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, I'm going to tank that rank. But make sure you guys do follow. If you're not one of our 40,000 followers, hit that button right now. You'll make sure to know when we are broadcasting. Make sure you know when all of these great matchups are going to happen. Hop out to our Twitter at Pro Rivalry. Make sure you follow us there too. You're going to see all the pertinent information, and you're not going to miss any of these matchups. If you just caught the end of this, I feel bad. Go watch the VOD. Make sure you see how good of a matchup this was. But hate to say it, guys, we got to end it tonight. We're going to get y'all a great host on the other side there. Make sure you give them some love as we send the viewers their way. Mythical, hope you love the viewers. And guys, please give them some love. Don't just bounce out. I know it's easy, but make sure you watch some of that as well. So for Tom Kelly, I am Sam L. We are going to cut this one out, but we will have action tomorrow. We're going to be right back with an EU Rival Week matchup for day number 4. We keep this train rolling. So once again, this is Pro Rivalry, and this has been Rival Week.